And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in the house once again. It is the Effing Podcast. I am B-Dub.
I'm Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog, Roof.
Shout out Kelly Joe.
Buddha.
Buddha is away tonight. Shout out to the Hills, Hamiltons, and Fulford night at the cousin cookout. Shout out to the family.
Why didn't you go?
Because I had to work this morning.
Oh, man.
But shout out to the family, you know what I'm saying? They're down there having a great time. I'm sure it's always
They're
one of the
eating
best.
fish and getting drunk.
Crab legs, all you could think of. Like, they really do it big
son.
when they get together. So
Delicious crustaceans.
next year I'll definitely be at it, though. So, you know, definitely
there
shout
in
out to the
spirit.
family.
Right now, the way my cholesterol is set up, I don't know if I could handle that.
But, well, look, they go in. I ain't
know.
gonna lie, they go in. And it's a good time. All you can drink and all you can eat, you can't beat that.
No, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but the way my stomach is set up right now.
that's not phenomenal. Not phenomenal at all. But anyway, we appreciate everybody tuning in on this fine Saturday night. It is the Effing Podcast, like B-Dub
It's kind of
said.
chilly out. Temperature and drops
This
in
is
there.
good.
You
don't
better
gotta turn
enjoy
the
it.
AC on.
Look, you better. Is my AC on? I think I
Yeah,
gotta
it
turn
is.
it off.
It's on.
But you better enjoy it because you know it'll be hot as hell in a split second.
Yeah.
I finally got my electric bill this month, and it was only $100.
Boy, I got my electric bill this month, and I was doing the Dougie. Boy,
yeah.
like,
And then the crazy
that
part
is-
about it, we about to hit June. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm cool with this.
well, just put it like this: the day after Memorial Day, I was in a hoodie because that's how cold it was, cold and
that's
rainy.
definitely odd for
Yeah.
the South.
It's been cold all week, raining all week.
And
No
it's going
complaints.
to be cool
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week. Like I say, we need to enjoy it because like when it get hot, it's
It
going to
get
be
hot.
hot.
Yeah, wait
So-
till July. That 4th. I already know the
August.
4th ain't gonna be.
Shoot, probably the middle of June. We just lucky right now.
Right.
So we're gonna give out our normal, customary shouts out. Eighth and Fancy
Shout out,
for
shout
all
out.
of your Adele beverage snacks and needs.
All right.
We got Dank Drinks.
Drink.
Dank is the drink. Still waiting on our supply. Just throwing
Yep.
that out there.
Yep.
We giving a shout out to Crimey Dealers.
Crimey.
Yes, and another shout out to the local plug. Please eat responsibly.
Shout
Local
out,
plug.
shout out. Got a couple of birthday shout outs. First, I want to give a shout out to friend of the show, the lovely and beautiful Chanel Monet. You know, happy birthday.
Oh, yes.
Happy birthday.
Then I want to send another birthday shout out to my youngest son. I think I hit him last week, but he gets all the love. Happy birthday, Sincere. Turned a big
Yeah.
10 years old. And then my cousin Cody. Got to give my cousin a shout out. So, you know, those are the birthday shout outs. Anybody have anybody they want to shout out real quick?
No birthday shout outs for me.
All right.
I know no Geminis personally.
Well, but it was a good week. Cool. You know what I'm saying? We made it through another week down south and stuff like that. I'm not complaining. What the next big thing is Father's Day.
Oh, shit.
Father's Day is in 2 weeks,
Damn.
3 weeks. Father's Day is the third weekend.
That is a
in
holiday
June.
I've stopped celebrating.
You know, shout out to all the dads. Shout out to the ones without dads, but you know who still love their dads and stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely Father's Day is the next event on the calendar. So be ready.
Mentally preparing for that.
Be ready.
Cool. So, in terms of topics, I guess we could start with Diddy Trial because the Diddy Trial has been going on this week, and I'll be honest, I haven't been following it as hard as much as I was following it the first and second week. Once we got into the third week, I've been just watching a lot of what's been going back and forth. I still keep an eye on things, but lately I've just been feeling like, you know, I don't feel like Diddy is guilty of the things that he's doing. And as I've been seeing on the internet, it seems like he's on trial for being not a nice person. And I just...
Nah, from what I've seen, I think they're going to get him on the certain letters of the law. He might not have been doing, but the certain letters of the law, they might get him on. He might get off on it.
I believe
it's
he's
up
a
in the
criminal.
air right now.
Now, I believe he's a
definitely
criminal. I believe he's a woman beater, domestic violence guy, just an overall bad person. But I just don't believe he's guilty of racketeering or human trafficking. I believe everybody had their own free will.
What I think they're going to do is they're going to hit him on the sex trafficking, bringing the sex escorts, back and forth across state lines and stuff. They're going to pick that. I can see that, but like I say, it all depends on the jury. And you said the jury is made up of what? It's white women?
Yeah.
So
the crazy part about it is when we hear sex trafficking, that means somebody is forcefully have to have sex with somebody against their will.
Not necessarily. Sex trafficking is exactly what it says. Trafficking sex from one place to another.
Again,
that's sex trafficking. That's not against your will.
No, when we sit here, how the law is usually be portrayed and out to the public, they're getting guys who are forcefully kidnapping women, men or children, putting them in a sex slave and using them as prostitutes and making money off of them. That's what sex trafficking is usually related to. You don't usually see stories about somebody having prostitutes going from one state to the next. And like I said, usually that's attached to somebody's doing it against their will.
And that's true. That's why I said if they hold it to the letter of the law of what sex trafficking is, then if they get them on the 20,000, it's certain things they can't pull. But I can see what you're saying. Like it's not. Like, I'd be like, he's just a bad person.
Again, we're sitting here, he's on trial for his sexual life. Livelihood.
Yeah.
There's laws against protecting you about what you do in your bedroom.
Yeah, it's laws against what you do in your bedroom, but you keep it in your bedroom.
You're right.
He didn't keep it in his bedroom.
So the only thing this is where I've been saying for the whole time. If it wasn't for this tape being leaked out to the public, they don't have a case.
They really
don't.
The
only reason why they have, and they really don't now. They just have something to where they got people picking sides, and they're triggering women as the actual women that has been abused, physically, mentally, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's triggering them. So that's the reason why it's interest in this shit. And the crazy part about it is you can't convict them on domestic violence charges because the law has exceeded. So you couldn't get them on that, which technically it would have been a misdemeanor. So let's keep that in mind. What he did, that would have been a misdemeanor charge.
Yeah.
So we're talking about federal charges that where he's the only one that has an organization to where he's the only one that's orchestrating this whole type of shit. That don't make sense.
I mean, that's why they're hitting him with the RICO because he's the head of the organization.
But again, when you hit him with a RICO, that means you got people up under you.
But they're proving that Puff had people up under him. Like
there's nobody else arrested though.
When he went, but they're still proving that there were people up under him. When he went to Kid Cudi house, it had to be who? Some of his subordinates that went.
Again, there's no audio, there's no video of him being in his house. It's hearsay.
It wasn't confirmed?
It wasn't confirmed. So all you doing is tainting the jury to confuse them. So as a defense lawyer, it's my job to make sure, hey, you hearing this, but it's not confirmed. He's never been charged. So this is somebody who has an axe to grind against Mr. Combs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, this week at the Diddy trial, second assistant took the stand and claiming to be a second victim, and it's a former assistant going by the name of Mia. She testified that there was a pattern of abuse and sexual assault by Diddy throughout her employment from 2009 to 2017. Testimony included a lot of graphic shit about forced sexual encounters, being held captive, and witnessing Diddy's violent behavior towards Cassie. She described a feeling of being terrified and trapped and unable to go to the police due to Combs' power and influence. It was also testified about cleaning up the hotel rooms after freak-offs and disposing of drugs, alcohol, and other items. So
she's on a payroll, so
yeah,
if you're on a payroll, And I'm sure he wasn't lowballing you on your payroll and shit. I mean, if he tell you that's to clean up, then he clean the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you getting over, back in those days, I know you getting over 6 figures. Easy.
Oh, of course.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like you being forced to do nothing. You're being paid.
Mm-hmm. Now, what Diddy's team did was cross-examine her, and they found out some information that they pulled up some old social media posts from her saying that she was showing love towards Diddy and calling him a mentor, and this was after supposedly these assaults had taken place. Mm-hmm. And they also had a financial settlement going where she received some money after she left his employment. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Diddy shut down the sector of the company that she was working for, and
so he gave her severance pay.
He gave her severance pay of $400,000, and after the lawyers took their cut, she was left with $200,000. So they've been saying, if this dude is so horrible, why were you online praising him? Why were you sitting here showing him love and affection if he was just such this horrible guy?
And he took care of his severance pay when he shut down a part of his organization, et cetera, et cetera. And it's some BS because he paid up Cassidy when she dropped that shit, he paid her ass up with no problem. Everybody else, he hasn't. So that tells you it's some bullshit with all the rest of them because motherfucker that if you really have some dirt on their ass and you bypass the police, you're going straight for the bag. And to prove somebody guilt in a civil suit is lower than criminal court. So let's keep that in mind. And if he didn't pay you still, that lets you know your shit weak.
Yeah, so they're trying their best to build a case, but yeah, there's just a lot of holes getting poked in theories.
Nancy Grace said she'll see you as sentencing. That's what she said.
Nancy, she hates anybody.
Yeah.
You
know what I thought was weird with the Nancy Grace thing was the whole Tootsie Roll thing where she pulled out the Tootsie Roll.
That was and
wild.
I
just think it's weird that they're so obsessed with black dudes, meat.
Genitalia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's always comments hovering around that. There's always some white person bringing it up casually on the internet.
Of course.
And now you got Nancy Grace bringing it up, allegedly, Diddy's D-size and stuff like that. And it's just weird because you see all these people talking about it.
This is the number one question. Is Diddy going to take the stand?
No.
Oh, see that.
There's no need
should he take the stand?
No.
Oh.
One, he shouldn't. Two, there's no need for him to take the stand.
I mean, if you're fighting for your life, you don't think it's a need to take the stand?
No. For my life.
No, because number one, if you get your ass up there.
So if he gets...
listen, okay. If he get his ass up there to cross it, he's opening himself to cross-examine from the prosecution. So whatever your defense may or may not have touched on, they're gonna bring it up and they're gonna try to make you continue to make you look like the bad guy. I'm on the side where, as of now, you don't talk and say shit. You let them prove you guilty.
So you're just gonna let your fate hang in. I mean, yeah, you gave him all this money.
Listen, hold on. The team of lawyers that he has on his team, them are top notch. Them ain't no rubber dub scrub ass type lawyers.
You're right. I'm not saying that.
So if I paid you that goddamn,
but
if I paid you
my
that,
life is on the line,
and if I paid you that motherfucking money, I should not have to get my black ass up on that damn stand.
Exactly. Diddy is not. Well, he is media trained, but he's not a lawyer. He's not probably knowing the legal ramifications of things. So they would have to coach him on that shit real heavy.
Right.
And then, while probably cross-examining him, he might slip and say something to incriminate himself.
Exactly.
So it's better for.
So we just gonna play the odds.
That's what you supposed to.
Yeah.
If you paying them top end lawyers, that's what the fuck your money paying for. You supposed to make sure my black ass. Listen, man, I had a little situation to where I'm looking in on this game and shit. I talked to this law firm and shit. At the time, it wasn't even legal for them gambling yet. They passed it, of course, a couple years later. So they brought the notion up to me, you ain't scared to go to prison? I'm like, no, the money I'm paying you to represent me, I expect you to keep my ass out. That's what you supposed to do. This ain't no cheap ass shit. We talking about 6 figures.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We know, and
This
we
could
know,
go either way
and we
right now.
know.
That's how I feel.
Listen. If I told y'all when this shit started from the beginning, I said, even if this Negro do get convicted, what I told you what was gonna happen.
What was going on?
I told you, goddamn, don't be surprised, motherfucking Trump giving that pardon.
Yeah.
And he was already asked that question, and he ain't shut it down. He basically like, yeah, he tiptoe around it, because he ain't want to push the table on the fact of how he actually feel about it. But just the fact that he even mentioning that, I told you, he's one way or another, and Trump definitely gonna fucking pardon his ass. Because he know as of right now, he's cherry picking. He done pardoned young NBA young boy. He done who else he pardoned?
Larry Hoover.
Larry Hoover. What's the white people reality TV show? People that
Grizzlies.
Yeah, he done pardoned. But the thing that I be trying to get people to understand is what all of them have in common. They're rich. They got money
and influence,
and they got influence. So me, you, all us three, we ain't got none of that. So while everybody's celebrating that shit, y'all should be scared, because what that tells you is if you ain't got no money, nigga, you fuck.
Okay, now Charles said it sounds smart not to get on the stand, but look how that turned out for Tory. So,
That's what I'm saying.
But
You're willing to. And like you say, look, I paid y'all a lot of
Tory
money.
Tory ain't had no top end lawyers neither now.
I won't say that he didn't have.
Nah, he
lawyers.
didn't. Listen, we talking about we talking about Diddy is a billionaire. Tory is not even a millionaire.
no, Tory's a millionaire.
So
Okay,
you think
but
Tory
Tory's a
brought in some
multi-millionaire.
half-ass lawyers.
Say what?
You think he brought in some half-ass
Yeah, he
lawyers?
did. The fact that they let his ass get the fact they allow his ass to get fucking
Locked up.
Yeah, he didn't get the best. He cut the corners on them shits. Like I said, Diddy got the top end. He got the best of the best defense attorneys.
Yeah, so in regards to Trump, yesterday during a White House press briefing, Trump was asked whether he would consider pardoning Diddy, who is on trial, and he said no one has formally asked him for a pardon for Diddy yet. I think that's presumed that he's guilty, which the trial is still going on, but he said, I know people are thinking about it. I think people have been very close to asking. That's what Trump said.
See what I'm saying? If he wasn't going to do it, he would have said no off gate.
And he also added that he would certainly look at the facts of the case. Trump mentioned that he... That's what Trump said. He want to read the details of the freak-off.
Listen.
Read. He want the video.
Remember,
Trump had the video.
Trump and Diddy from New York. So Trump, before he became president, he hung with all the rappers.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't mean he like him.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised he wasn't in a couple of them functions.
We'll see.
I believe he was there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like I said, don't be if he is found guilty, he's gonna get it's a federal case. He gonna get a federal pardon.
Yeah, so he also noted that he hasn't spoke to Diddy in years, and he felt the relationship was busted up after he entered running for president. But he did say he really liked him a lot previously. That's what Trump said about Diddy. So Trump emphasized that any decision on a pardon would be based on the facts and whether he believes someone was mistreated, regardless of their personal feelings towards him. So that's what Trump said in a nutshell, which is just basically setting the tone for a pardon.
If his people come holler at me,
Yeah.
and that check clear,
How much money you got?
it's at least $1 million.
No, it's more than that.
It's at least $1 million.
Look,
I said at least.
He giving green cards for $5. Like he giving the gold cards for $5 million. So like he in the business for taking some money.
Yeah.
He's in the business for taking some money.
Diddy
Diddy
case.
just need to
I
put
think,
his money to the side
I
just
believe,
in case.
I believe Diddy case is probably about a good $5-10 million. Hell, he's about to give $50 million just to bond out. So if Trump said, give me $5 million for a partner, shit, cut that check, nigga. Don't even let the fucking ink dry on that motherfucker. There you go.
We'll see though.
Listen, I told y'all, man. I told y'all.
Man, that's going to be interesting. Now, making the rounds is a little clip Bill Maher's had on his show yesterday. I always forget the name of it, but I always watch it every Saturday morning after it's done. But he was just discussing how women in the industry allow themselves to be abused. And I know it's probably going to start pissing off people as it makes the rounds and goes viral this week. But I got that clip.
I get it. Part of the allure of the music industry is you want to be a star. But if we're going to have an honest conversation about abuse, we also have to have an honest conversation about what people are willing to do for stardom. If you want a #1 record on the chart so bad you'll take a #1 in the face, some of that is on you. If you're literally being held captive, that's one thing. But if you're putting up with whatever for love or for your career, then you need to have a little more honesty and accountability about that. Ike Turner was a psycho, just like Diddy. But in an era where there was no movement to help her, Tina Turner somehow got away. And it's not victim shaming to expect women to have the agency to leave toxic relationships. Quite the contrary. To not expect that is infantilizing them. If Diddy walks free, it will be because his lawyers can point to an endless stream of text from Cassie expressing what's often called enthusiastic consent to their sex life. If you're Me Tooing someone, it doesn't help your case if you texted him, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." If you want us to think you weren't always ready to freak off, don't write, "I'm always ready to freak off." Or wish we could have FO'd before you left.
Yeah, so that was Bill Maher.
He's 100% right. He's 100%.
He's going to piss off a lot of women this week with that clip.
You can't. I mean, if you want, again, you can't believe when Peter cried wolf. What was the story? Peter cried wolf.
No. It was Peter and the Wolf, and crying wolf.
Yeah, he was crying wolf. The point is, what I was trying to make is, you can't sit here and believe what somebody say. Look what was going on with Tory. We got some unquestionable answers in that case, and there's countless of other men and some women who's gone to prison because of a lie. You feel what I'm saying? You have to investigate these situations to the fullest, and making sure that everybody is heard, and making sure that we don't send nobody away for something they didn't do.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So, yeah, I think it is very odd that there are all these women like Don Richard and Cassie who put up with Diddy's antics in an effort to get fame and money, and when that didn't work out, they still felt like Diddy owed them something despite not getting what they achieved. But they put up with abuse,
and she got the money because she got $30 million.
Yeah, but they were willing to subject themselves to that abuse in an effort to make it, and they should hold some level of responsibility
and accountability for what happened to them or what they allowed to happen to them, because they had plenty of opportunities to get out.
They saw dollar signs.
And it was the money that made them want to stay. It was the chance of being famous. Didn't they mention Jay-Z in the trial? Didn't they say one of Cassie's assistants said,
asked her why she ain't leave,
and she said, "Well, Jay-Z's taking. Who am I gonna date?" And they said, "Ryan Leslie." She said, "Ew." No, man, I added that part.
Michael B. Jordan mentioned it.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan mentioned
it. I mean, there's been a couple of names dropped in this case.
Right. So the thing about it is, she's been fucking with other dudes throughout this whole entire time. So this whole Stockholm syndrome, it's not. She was
looking for fame and fortune. Exactly. And money. That's why she left Ryan Leslie for Diddy.
Mm-hmm. And she bouncing around. And what we always say, once you crack that glass, you're gonna get passed around. The women get passed around to the guys and stuff like that, because some of them has come up, some of them have
And she was dealing with Diddy while she was married.
Right, exactly. So
I don't think Cassie's a nice person. That's it.
Like I said it last week. Like they're both, like those two are both responsible for all this craziness that's going on. Those two together are both responsible. They played, they involve people in their foolishness. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That had no business being involved in their foolishness. So, I think they're both liable.
And if people want to keep it real, right? I saw this on a Facebook post, and it's true. Like some women don't act crazy. Like y'all wasn't young and dumb too when y'all was coming up. Mom and dad told you what time it was. You didn't want to listen. You went out here. You got with either an older guy. You feel what I'm saying? You dumb struck. You supposed to be love struck because you done fuck the shit out of you and shit like that. You doing some toxic shit. You feel what I'm saying? He probably whooped your ass. You probably whooped his ass and everything. The same shit that Cassie going on, y'all done it. Either you seen it, whether you was involved directly, indirectly. So then now you're passing judgment when most of y'all done experienced that shit growing up. And if you look at the age where she was at, she was young. She was going to most likely do that shit.
Speaking of Cassie, didn't she have her baby?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she went into labor.
Congratulations, Cassie, on the baby.
Yeah, you can show the baby what you were doing when he was born. Yeah, the baby's gonna grow up to see that. Mm-hmm. Mom got peed on.
Not peed in the mouth.
Peed in the mouth, and she requested it.
And she kissing me on top of that. Like, how you doing that, Mom? Kissing me on the lips. Ew.
Yeah, she kissed you and good morning, dear. Yeah, those are pissy lips.
Look, Dad, like, look, nigga, this is a $30 million lips. You better take that. take that.
And the messed up part is the kid can't get into Marvel Comics and read the Punisher. Then he's just gonna have PTSD from the escort with the same name. So now he can't enjoy Marvel comic books like we did growing up. The Punisher means something different to him. I feel bad for that kid. Okay. In addition to Diddy, Larry Hoover, of course, as we mentioned earlier, received a federal pardon from Trump and commuted his life sentence. But still, unfortunately, Larry Hoover is not going to be released from jail because he still has to serve 200-year state sentence in Illinois for a 1973 murder conviction. So everybody's been lobbying the governor of Illinois to commute the state sentence, so Larry Hoover can be free. He's 74 now and in failing health and has served over 50 years and says he's a changed man who has renounced his gang ties. So what do y'all think about that?
Long shot.
Long shot?
Yeah, they're hoping the pressure of the federal pardon will, the governor. Now, it all depends on what that governor is. Now, if it's a Republican governor, he got a shot. Mm-hmm.
They're saying Hoover continued to run the gang from behind bars for decades, and the governor stated that any further clemency would need to go through the state's prison review board. So Larry Hoover is still going to remain incarcerated. So
I'm just like, damn. You moved me from feds to the state. You should have left me in the fucking feds.
Feds, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, he got to transfer to a whole different jail.
Yeah, he got to
go to a state jail.
He got to go to a state prison. You went down levels.
But you say you ain't really do me no favors.
Yo, you ain't did him no favors. I'm like, damn, nigga. Like, let me stay in the feds. You can't look. Whatever comfort level you had in the feds, that's gone.
You got to start all over.
You got to start all over, and you at a state level, which is even harder.
And you don't know who in the state, like he said,
want to get you
already established.
Yeah, you established in the feds.
You were established.
Now your ass going to state level. Now them young niggas
74.
Right, them young niggas gonna be trying to come at your ass. You're gonna have to see, and this is where it gets vague when they be talking about he's running an operation inside. Number one, he has to, because if you are the leader of the gang, when you got incarcerated or incarcerated while you was incarcerated, right? There's always, as long as you're living, there's always going to be somebody that's trying to come to kill your ass.
Okay, this is the question. Does he deserve to get out?
I don't care.
I mean, me
Like,
personally.
that's the question that we need
I
to
mean,
ask.
so what is he?
What's he in for?
He's the leader of the gangster
outside being the leader of the game of Disciple.
Murder, probably conspiracy. Like he probably got some charges.
But listen now, we also got to be careful because we do know how these laws. We saw what happened to Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? They exaggerating shit. You feel what I'm saying? And put charges. So the thing about it is,
how much damage was done?
right? Exactly.
That's the question.
If you take a poll in the community that he's from, and I guess
how much damage did he do?
Well, I can tell you. It looks like in 1973, he has a state conviction, the murder of a 19-year-old drug dealer named William Pookie Young. For this, he was sentenced to 150 to 200 years in prison. And the federal conviction came from 1997. It says charges related to running a criminal enterprise from within the prison, including extortion, drug conspiracy, money laundering.
RICO.
And for these federal charges, he was sentenced to multiple life sentences. So that's what they commuted.
So basically, your first time ever committing a crime, because I ain't hear you say none of no other convictions.
Well, those are what he was convicted on.
Right. So I'm going to assume that's his first time getting charged. Now, we do know the history of gangs back in those days. It was more or less fellowship and protecting the community from the racist police officers.
Well, they were terrorizing shit.
We ain't going. I was gonna say,
why?
we're not getting ready to smooth this.
I ain't smoothing nothing. I said there are why? Because didn't Black Panther was considered a gang, and were they terrorizing shit?
Black Panthers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was labeled as gangs. Were they doing gang terror? Gang type
Okay, this is my question to you then. You just pulled up the Black Panthers. Are there Black Panthers around still? Yes. What they do stuff? Are they considered a gang? No. Now, are there still GDs and Bloods? Yeah. And what is that movement? Is it a good movement? Is it a positive movement? Is it
right?
So
that's the only reason why I'm saying we have to be careful, because again, we had positive black organizations being labeled as gangs and all that shit, and it's not actually what it is. It's a way of us protecting ourselves from the racist law enforcement. You see what I'm saying? So unless they was actually terrorizing and doing what they was saying they was doing, okay, fine. But at 74 with failing health, you know what I'm saying? I'm of the mindset, let the man out.
Let him out?
Because if that's the old law, he did 50 years, he's already out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but Larry Hoover personally is just not somebody I want to, go to bat for. I don't have any qualms against the man or no issues with him, but he's definitely not the first person.
If they told him he had to stay in, I wouldn't be falling out and stuff. Yeah. Like, you got to let him out and stuff. Like, I wouldn't be that
I ain't
guy.
marching on the streets and no shit like that, but I'm just saying, if you ask in my opinion, I mean, if he had to serve 100-something years, he served over 50 years, he's technically he's actually parole eligible. He would have been out. You feel what I'm saying? So he served half the time. So technically, he's parole eligible right now for the state charges, if they have parole system, which I'm assuming they do.
Yeah. So,
but like you were saying, with all these pardons given out this week and stuff, like you said, he pardoned NBA YoungBoy, pardoned Larry Hoover. We didn't ask for none of that.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for them to get pardoned.
Why NBA YoungBoy?
You could pardon these student loans. Like, if you want pardon something.
He's cherry picking because he want people who has influence, and they are in a certain generation. So now Larry Hoover, his son is in our generation, a little older. You feel what I'm saying? NBA YoungBoy, half our age. So you seen the demographics, and they're black. So they idolize. They have fan bases and influence. So this is another way of keeping the eye off the prize, meaning you see me, I'm tearing up the fucking Constitution. You know, I done sat right here, all them Cubans and Venezuelans, all the Mexicans that voted for me, and they was in favor for the mass deportation. He done sat right here and done revoked all the grants and stuff that helped the Cubans. If you got your ass here on American soil, you was American citizen. That shit is no longer. That's gone.
Yeah, so for those unaware, NBA YoungBoy did receive a pardon this past Wednesday, May 28th. It applies to his federal gun-related charges. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison by a judge in Utah in 2024.
2 years.
He had acknowledged possessing weapons despite being a convicted felon and also pleading guilty to his involvement in a prescription drug fraud ring in Utah. So
2 years, you said?
2 years.
yeah, and now that he's
that was enough to get that lean out your system.
and now that he's pardoned, that means no more probation, no more drug testing, and he's allowing
He's
his
a free
legal
man.
saga to reaching in.
And he can own a fucking gun now.
Can he?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, he can. That was federal charges. There wasn't state charges.
yeah.
The federal charges he got commuted. Now he can own a gun legally now.
When will he be NBA old man and know better?
I guess when he get 35.
Yeah, I hope so, because this is. I just think it's weird who Trump is picking and choosing.
No, it ain't.
He got Kodak like no,
Yeah.
like he said no, it's not. Like he's
cherry picking.
He's definitely picking out.
Why can't he free Cool C or a dope rapper?
Now that would be dope. Like yeah, free Cool
Steady
C and
B.
Steady B. Like
Yeah,
that
are
would
both
be
of them
dope.
still
They
alive?
ain't got no money.
I don't.
Yeah.
I got it.
But they got bars.
They ain't got no influence.
Shit.
Philly would love you.
Yeah.
Philly would love you if you let them two out.
Well,
I don't even know if they're still alive though. Like that, I'm checking
Again,
that
you
now.
got depending on who you are and what type of influence you got, that dictates the pricing of you getting out. And remember, if they are state charges, federal clemency don't do shit.
Cool C still up.
They both still up, so.
Cool C still alive, and Steady B is he's still alive too.
The waterproof MC. You ain't wetting me. You need to steady chill and start robbing
The
banks.
glamorous
Steady
life, and
Rocky.
Oh
I'm
shit!
serious.
Old boy from motherfucking Lost Boys.
Who?
Ooh,
He got
Pretty
locked.
Lou.
Yeah, for the gun for
Pretty
the
low.
from bank robber charges.
who the one for the Fuji's? Or is he
Prize. He bringing in cocaine.
Pros could.
Was it
Prize could.
Was it Forte? Is Forte?
John
No,
Forte
no,
got a
it-
pardon.
It was Forte. I'm sorry, not
Forte,
Prize.
no,
Did he get a pardon or did he get out of jail?
Pros up too though. I think we had a topic when Pros got locked up.
Okay,
because he was
yeah.
complaining about them not
No,
going
yeah,
on.
Pros got locked up
Right, okay.
for Fed
On tour.
charges. Yeah.
All right, so Forte, he got locked up a few years ago when he was trying to bring that liquid cocaine.
And
to the
Joni
airport.
Mitchell got him off, didn't he? Her influence.
So yeah, so like I said, you got to have that bank, you got to have influence, and that's what's going to determine how much it's going to cost for that shit. And if it's federal charges, all right, cool. State charges is different. The only way you might have a chance of a state charge if your state is red.
A red state.
Red state.
So basically, if you're in a Democratic state, good luck getting that
Good
charge.
luck getting out. You ain't getting out.
Yeah, Praz's legal team is actively pursuing a pardon
Told
on
you.
his April
Yeah,
2023
I'm sure.
conviction.
Told you.
Like
Look, man, them part is up for sale. See now, if the Democrats want to be real, right? Look what Trump done already did. He's not. Only difference is if I'm a Democrat, I will go lower. I will go when I say lower, meaning Trump hitting all the people who's stars, former stars, who name has some type of relevancy. Like you said, go back to some of these civil rights, supposedly people that's been in prison for shit that happened, Black Panthers, and civil rights movement. Who probably still is those who still alive, or even if they're dead, give them their part and stuff like that, to clear their damn names and shit like that. See, that's if the Democrats want to learn something about what's going on, make it attainable for the average man and woman. What Trump is doing is unattainable because if you're not rich, if you don't have a name or some type of influence, he ain't even talking to you.
Trump don't even want to hear you.
Right.
Yeah. So Praz, hopefully he'll get those 10 federal counts.
He'll get that. He gonna get that.
He got 10 federal counts related to a foreign influence scam and conspiracy, witness tampering, and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government.
Yeah, foreign money. Where Trump got that $400 million plane from Qatar?
Yeah.
Foreign money. Didn't the government was trying to educate us that them brown boys, we not supposed to be touching their money because 9/11.
Yeah.
Look what happened now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Trump is a sellout.
Right.
That's expected.
Right.
Okay, well, let's keep it moving because your boy Zion Williams, South Carolina's own. Zion Williams is in the news this week again, and apparently it's not for basketball.
It's not good.
Yeah, so on Thursday he was hit with a civil lawsuit in L.A. Superior Court by a woman identified as Jane Doe who claims to be his ex-girlfriend.
Which we already know who that is.
Yeah.
already came out.
It's not confirmed that it's that crazy woman.
I saw her, I might be wrong, but I thought I saw her.
She did a video, but so far it hasn't been proven to be her because she wasn't dealing with Zion at Duke. So the lawsuit is accusing Zion of rape in a continuing pattern of abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior from 2020 to 2023, and complains of two instances of Zion taking the cookie by force in September and October 2020. She claims Zion engaged in other abusive acts, including strangulation, death threats to her and her family, physical abuse, monitoring her location and taking her phone and laptop to prevent her from contacting authorities. And these acts reportedly occurred when Williams was under the influence of alcohol and cocaine. Yeah, so that's a little bit interesting.
Because I ain't never heard of Zion doing drugs.
Zion's addiction is food.
Shit,
Food.
Look,
Coca-Cola.
I'm not saying who doing what these days, but I hope
Alcohol and drugs.
I hope this is a message to these young athletes.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a message to if you got money and you black.
Stop. I hope it's a message to these young athletes about the women that you're entertaining.
Yeah.
It has to be a message to these young athletes about the women that you are entertaining.
You talking about somebody in college, dog.
Nah.
He said this woman was dealing with
this woman.
This woman here was dealing with him in college.
The adult film star was a choice.
But that's even more like, so now.
Yeah, I ain't questioning
as a parent or somebody in this athlete's life,
right? But you don't know what he's doing when he's not around you,
and that's true. But you still need to be feeding him,
even if you feeding him, he obviously. He did what he's supposed to do. He got drafted in the NBA. You have to remain. He didn't do anything. You didn't hear anything that he's breaking a law or anything
Zion
like that.
is more known for being in blogs than statistic sheets in the NBA. That's right correct, now.
Because he's been injured the whole nine. You're right. He's shown flashes of that next star, and then this year this is the slimmest and healthiest he's been in his pro career. But I just believe, again, we have another clear case of money grabbing.
I can't call it a clear case because I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I can't
I
can't always just side with the guy.
I'm not always siding with the guy. I'm
just
just looking at the timing of this. How long he been in the league?
2018.
That's how many years? That's almost 10 years.
How long hasn't he lived up to his potential? What, 7 years? 5 years?
Was it 20?
5 years?
I might be wrong.
Right, but it's so.
5
But
years.
again, he's been in the league over 5 years.
Yeah, I
So
can't say that.
this Negro was in. If he did this in college, right? What college athlete you ain't hear about? It was a UNC athlete. He got sidelined because he got a video of a girl giving him head. And that's consensual. You feel what I'm saying? So if you telling me Zion and
you said he got sidelined because he had a video of the girl giving him head.
No. I said it's a UNC player.
No, you said, but the UNC player got sidelined.
Exactly.
But isn't that better judgment?
No. I forgot how it came out, but it wasn't supposed to be leaked out. It was leaked out into where.
But you have to have better judgment. You have just like whatchamacallit in trouble.
Students, dog. I'm just saying.
But still, though, if you know that you're getting ready to be in line to get some money or something, you have to be more cognizant.
Okay,
of
but
yourself.
I got you on that. But this is where I'm gonna have to again the timing of this. If he was in college doing this and you didn't call the police, don't want to hear that shit talking about you was scared. Cause Zion didn't have the power in college to. Now I'm not saying that he couldn't intimidate you, but again, we talking about a country boy out of South Carolina. It would have been some type of leakage of this dude behavior before he even got to do. You know what I'm saying? And let's just entertain half the shit that he may have done it, right? You ain't call the police. You ain't call the police.
No police reports have been filed.
None. But here we are. You once again skip past. Now, again, if he's guilty, right, you can press charges and he can be found guilty and you can still get the bag. You bypassing justice and you going for the financial aspect. I question that on 100%. Anybody that goes past pressing charges and you going for the bag, I don't believe that bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah, that is true. So it looks like in the details of the 12-page civil complaint, all these actions happened in Louisiana and California. Of course, the first incident happened in 2020, taking place in September in Beverly Hills. The woman told Zion she was tired and wanted to go to sleep, but Zion told her she could not go to sleep without giving him some. He then allegedly pinned her down with her hands behind her back and took the cookie. The filing added that Williamson threw the woman's phone across the room afterwards and choked her. And then said a second one happened in October 2020, so she must have really felt some way about the first one.
Right.
The woman says she was violently taking it.
Right.
After expressing plans to visit a friend in San Diego, in both instances, the woman accused Zion of taking her phone for a period of time. And so it's also saying in the lawsuit there was strangulation with such force that she reasonably feared for her life and eventually lost consciousness multiple times. Now, I've had women ask me to strangle them, and I try not to go that far because I kind of know my power, so I have to hold back. But Zion was just like, I ain't holding back.
I'm just like, yo, I'm just like, I'm listening to that, right?
Yeah.
I'm listening to that. It's like different years. Number one, let me tell you why you wasn't giving this man no pussy like that, right? Because he was injured all the
I don't know
damn
what
time.
that man was doing.
He was injured
and
all
since
the
you're
damn-
saying
if
he
you
was
got a-
injured,
if you
that's
got a
even
torn-
more reason.
If you got a torn ACL, let's go down to injuries that he had.
She
Hamstring,
could have kicked him in the knee and ran.
hamstring, ACL, whatever injury he had. Nigga, how much you can't even catch the bitch? You got to limp around the motherfucking house. Then on top of that, he was a Pillsbury Doughboy. So if this nigga was a sexual addict like that, right? That nigga would be cut up because you burn calories when you fuck. I'm serious.
Yeah, I feel
You burn calories when you fuck. So if this nigga is a sexual predator like she claims he would be in shape.
But also you have to factor in the fact that Zion is in Louisiana and New Orleans, so he could have ate a whole box of donuts after they got done smashing and maybe a bowl of jambalaya.
Yo, when old girl was talking about how she was, you know, all this the different shit that he was, ain't no way that nigga would burn. Listen, for her to turn his ass out like that, that nigga is working out. He's working out harder than he would be in the fucking gym.
I don't know if it's true or not. I just know that Zion needed to stay out of some of this.
No, what he need to do is he need to start. Look, he need to get him a woman and settle down and get married.
He don't want that.
Cause I'm saying these hoes out here ain't playing fair, man.
And that's another
They're
thing.
not
That's why I was
playing
saying,
fair.
Like, these young athletes, you might want to find you somebody.
It don't even matter. Listen, if you are a nigga with money, it doesn't matter whether you young or old. Find you somebody and lock in, because these bitches ain't playing.
But that's
these
all
side
Zion
bitches,
been.
these hoes ain't playing.
That's all we done heard.
They going for your
Zion.
bread.
That's all we done heard about Zion. His career, like the past.
Yeah, he got more pussy than he got scoring titles.
Please get back.
But
in the
I don't.
gym
I'm
and
just
leave these
saying though.
women alone.
This is where again I have to push back on that, because if this nigga fucking like that, he's not no Pillsbury Doughboy. Come on, man. If these bitches right here, then you know they doing the hella shit to his ass. You feel what I'm saying? Turn his ass out. If they're doing it, this nigga is not no 300 pounds.
I don't know. I just know that you're putting yourself in a lot of bad situations.
Some of that is true, but I believe it's consensual. And because they're taking the consensual aspect part of it, and they're trying to say it's not consensual. Like some of the choking. Like how many of us haven't dealt with a woman that we was banging, and they asked us to choke her, and you obliged her,
and then she'd be like, harder.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, we not gonna play stupid like that shit don't happen.
You got the money to go get somebody that like to be choked and smacked and spit on and stuff like that.
She didn't say she didn't enjoy it. She just said she blacked out.
Right.
But did she say that she was great?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Then so
she talking about over the years.
First time must have been really good.
Yeah, talking about from 18. This is over a 5-year period.
Man.
Yeah. Now
that's going back to Bill Maher. What he's talking about.
Yeah. Now she's accusing Zion of threatening to kill her and her family members multiple times.
Come on, man.
She says that she's seeking anywhere from 18 to 50 million.
You got a price tag. You got a low end to high end to what you want. So you can say this all again. Mm-hmm. See what it is. You got, all right. So remember when I said this previous shows that before, if it was a superstar or with influence or whatever, you got some money, lawyers usually tell you then to go ahead and settle out of court, because you don't want your name to drag out.
You don't want to go to court.
You don't want to go to court because it's going to cost you money on the back end with your endorsements and all the other shit. So now what happened is those lawyers that came up, these new end lawyers, they like, okay, we already know that they're going to settle out of court. So since we know we're going to settle out of court, what's that bitch ass motherfucker out of Texas? His punk ass.
Tony Busby.
Since they know high profile people will settle out of court, we're going to hammer on that shit. Only difference is now they're forcing niggas to actually fight that shit. They ain't settling.
Yeah, so it looks like Charles said, you say Zion was getting all this ass and he'd be slimmer, but Zion seems like somebody who would lay on his back the entire time.
So you're right, but you're right. But and listen,
he was in the cast. His ACL is hurt.
But you're right.
Back into
but
it.
if these women turn his ass out, and we're gonna believe what they're saying, right? If we're going to believe what you're saying, that nigga would be in shape. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is this: just trick. It's easier to trick, and you're going to stay out the way. You can't
even do that.
Either you're going to get in a real relationship, lock it down, or you just going to trick. Boom, take this money.
That is tricking. You just got one. You got one or two particular people that you fucking with. That's it. So you don't have to sit here and fuck this bitch, that bitch, that bitch.
Let me ask you a quick question.
The point is, these bitches is taking it to the next level.
Do you think any of this has damaged Zion? Like, how much money do you think he's lost because of these decisions?
Paying old girl $100,000.
How much money?
Remember, he signed a max deal. Now the question is, he's young enough to where he got another max deal that he can possibly get. That is hurting him. Then Yeah, he got
He ain't get no max deal again.
Right
now.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
He's
it's
on.
possible.
No, right. He's on him. He just signed last year, 2 years ago.
But the
he signed
way
an
you've
extension.
been playing,
You're right. But that NBA money is different, though. You feel what I'm saying? So I think the last time he signed was like it was over 120 million. You feel what I'm saying? Extended.
Just make better decisions. Just make better.
Man,
decisions.
listen.
He can make better
man,
decisions.
Real talk. I mean, it's not safe out here no more. These hoes are not playing fair, man. They are literally taking this shit to another level. Usually, a bitch will sit in her corner if you taking care of. No, they don't want that shit. They want to hit your pockets and they want to still live free and live the life that they want to. Only difference is they don't want you in that shit. And the next nigga that come along and slip up, do the same shit, they gonna hit their ass up too. That's a hustle now.
Okay, so now it leads to another question. Since the Hornets got a new GM, the Pelicans got a new GM, aren't they gonna get rid of Zion?
Can't. Who gonna trade for him and you gonna get the value that you seeking to get back?
Utah, a place with ugly hoes.
No, he's not. They're not going. They're
Zion's
not.
trade value
They're
is-
not. He's not trade.
His trade value
His
is
trade value.
zilch.
But DC, oh no.
His trade value is zilch.
It's underwater.
Maybe when he came into the league, like 2 years ago, his trade value. Right now, I'm not sending you nothing for Zion. I wouldn't send you Paul George for Zion. That's how.
Good Lord.
Look, and that's as real as it gets.
And they were just talking about the Paul George.
I
his
would not
trade.
send Paul George to New Orleans for Zion right now. And you know where Paul George is at right now. So
Yeah, he's
that says a
podcasting
lot
with
about
us.
Zion. That says a lot about Zion.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I mean, but if he can put a couple of years together and he finished top end in all categories and there's in the
We've
playoffs.
been saying this for 5 years. If he
I
just
got
put,
you.
If he just put
right.
these years together, and
Well, I mean, the pressure's on now because it's a new regime.
have they even made the playoffs since he's been there?
Yeah,
They made the playoffs,
yeah,
but he was
one-
injured. He's never played a playoff game.
Actually, he has,
Oh.
but he got injured.
Yeah.
And the hamstring fucked him up.
Just
Now, since he's lost the weight, no, they haven't been to the playoff.
Oh, so yeah. Now, old girl did release a video. Is it Mariah?
Yeah,
Mills.
that's the whole.
Mariah Mills. Now, she's not the one apparently who filed the lawsuit because that's not her, but she's definitely going to be hitting up Tony Busby. I got that clip.
Everybody deserves a chance to be heard, and I hope me and any of the other victims, I just hope we all get justice. And the amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot, and it's causing me a lot of stress, emotional distress, and I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
So that was her putting on her best acting, and as an adult actress, it's really not convincing.
Right, got the shades on. You can't even see her face, and then like, come on, bro. Like, man, this is the reason why. If I was a victim, right, I would be motherfucking pissed because it makes it harder for you to actually go forward to press charges because you got shenanigans like this.
Mm-hmm. I like the fake crying she had going. That was pretty
But
funny.
this is just Zion's bad decision making.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why would you deal with her?
I mean, in this case,
why would you deal with her?
I mean, in this case, he cut her off. Once
Nevertheless, why would you even?
She fucked it up.
Again,
Why?
and then if you really want to look at it, it doesn't even matter how long. These chicks, they're going back 10 years. So somebody, listen, hold
Mariah
on.
Mills is a porn
Time
star,
out,
right?
time out. What you missing here? Look at the Diddy. Look at everybody who got money attached to their name that they got lawsuits going against them. These crimes, alleged crimes, happened years ago, damn near decades ago. So right now, let's say you hit for the lottery, for a multi-million-dollar lottery, and a chick that you fucked with 10 years ago, you forgot about it. She hitting your ass up because, oh, he choked me out. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Like I say, it's the brand of women that you deal with.
It doesn't matter the brand of woman it could be somebody that you never thought would do it, because the fact of the matter is you got money. And I just sat here and explained to you before, when a person who had money, they was set out of court because they didn't want the news press and none of that shit. It's a hustle now. So now niggas is fighting back. So what I'm trying to explain to you is right now, if you a regular nigga, they gonna call the cops on you and you gonna get locked up. You feel what I'm saying? They don't give a damn whether they don't care whether they have a shot in hell or not. You're going to jail. They're pressing charges on you. When you somebody that has money behind your name, they will, just like my boy just said, they would take the abuse and all that shit because all they know is they got dollar signs behind that shit.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. So, my thing is this. I think Mariah Mills is like Zion's arch nemesis, and Zion needs her like Batman needs the Joker. And just like the Joker, she has exaggerated proportions and, goofy shit going on. So I think, like, no matter what Zion does, she's going to be there to fucking clown him like Pam on Martin.
Right.
Like, whatchamacallit, Rick Ross,
Yeah.
Baby Mom. Like,
Yeah,
every time,
yeah, exactly.
That you're right.
That exactly.
You're right.
Only difference is he ain't got no baby Bob.
Nah, and that's what
And
makes
that's
it even worse.
And that's even worse. I don't have no kids by. I
No
don't got
ties,
no
no
reason for you to be messing with
right,
me.
You see,
and you done got like
all,
a half
you
a
fuck
million
with,
off me.
but she's
Since
mad.
You
She
invited me in your circle. Since you invited me in your circle, you have to deal with my crazy antics forever.
It like I said,
Better
if you got,
judgment,
like I said,
gentlemen.
I can't say that because it's been women that I've associated myself with that, yeah, they were straight. Seemed everything was good. You know what I'm saying? Straight, have business, or they got a career, whatever. They raise their kids, respect, whatever the case
Maybe
may
I'm
be.
just looking at it because she a porn star, and you ain't
Okay,
have
well,
no reason
probably
being
that.
with no
I mean,
porn star.
all right. Well, we don't want to. We don't want to.
No, I'm not knocking anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
We
not
don't
knocking
want.
nobody.
We don't want to throw no shade on nobody
hustle.
what they do.
But
I got you.
But-
I'm just saying, if you got money to your name, it doesn't matter. It
probably
could
told
be
her she
somebody
ain't-
over 10 years ago.
he probably
and they
told her
gonna
she
hit
didn't have
you
to
up
shoot
for
no
some
more
bread.
scenes, all that shit. Like
She
you ain't-
didn't have to. He was giving her $100,000.
That's why I'm like, you ain't got to
Right.
shoot no more scenes and stuff. So now, once you take that away,
She's
what-
mad
what?
because that
he took it away.
He took it
No,
away.
she would have had it had she just shut up. He was the one dealing with her and the other girl. He
Yeah, but
knocked
she
up.
She
didn't
got
want-
mad because she
she
got
didn't
the other
wanna be
girl
the
got
second.
the other girl got
She could have
pregnant.
still played
She
it on
didn't
the
wanna be
sideline and got
side
that
piece.
money.
And no.
And
But
see-
she was never going to be the main. She's a porn star.
And see, that's
She didn't go into it with that thought process that she
I don't know
wasn't
why
gonna be
not.
the main.
The whole thing is, and this is what has been, niggas don't know how to play their goddamn position. That's all.
That is true.
Like, if he's a breadwinner, if this man paying his fucking way, right, stay in your fucking lane. Now, you sitting here asking for more that you not willing to do.
But like he said though, this is Zion's Joker. And
You're right.
She is always going to be saying something that's going
She
to
no
stop
that
his
that
money from piling
she's
up.
a scorned woman. That's all she's showing. She's scorned. She's hurt because he got that girl pregnant.
And that's a pathetic reason because she was still going to make money. She was still going to be in
He
Zion's
still was gonna
life.
dick her down, and and like I said, he probably a one hitter shooter. She get that one nut out his ass, it's a wrap.
When
He done.
she saw
you
him
got
have a
100K
baby
for that
with
shit.
somebody else, she knew that her bag that she was getting was about to get smaller, and
that's
couldn't-
on her.
and she couldn't take it.
Hey man,
She
but
had to have gotten at least $500,000 from the dude by then.
Oh, I'm sure, but you know, like he said, like some people don't know how to play their position, and now since like I said, he invited her into his circle, he's always going to have this crazy woman.
Oh, yeah, breathing down his neck.
it's
Always.
a whole lot of people. It's a trend now. It's a whole lot of people that doesn't know how to play their position. It's not safe no more out here if you got money attached to your name. Hell, it's not even safe if a nigga is a regular motherfucker out here anymore. It's not safe out here. You might as well get you a good woman if you get one and lock in, because these bitches out here are telling.
Call it a wrap.
They telling. They don't give a damn if you taking care of their ass. The fact of the matter is, they're in their mind, I'm gonna rain on your parade and try to force either. I'm gonna force you
my bag with anybody else.
But the point is, nigga, you splitting it. You getting a portion of it.
But that's not what she wants.
You
the
can't.
bag.
You
I'm
can't
not splitting
get.
with no other
Listen,
bitches.
you can't get the bag if you ain't wife material.
That's not what she thought.
You can't think that when you in the porn
She was
industry.
getting the bag.
No.
And she had exactly
$100,000 a month is a bag.
She was getting $100,000 for one nut.
No, it was more than one.
What I'm saying.
She was
Listen,
getting money,
right?
But
If
she wasn't getting this Zion bag, and that's what she was figuring she was going to get. He laying up with me. I see a future with us.
She ain't see no future with them.
Okay.
No, she ain't see no future with them, because if she did, she would have got out of the porn industry. Okay. She never did.
I'm just telling you how some women look at it. I done got this guy. He got a lot of money. He gonna take care of me for the. I can quit doing this. And then once he left, then it's like, well.
But she didn't quit though. That's the whole thing.
All right.
She never quit. She hurt that with this. So now, this is where you said last week about Papoose don't say nothing, woman scoring, and then Corey came back and basically said he followed up what you saying. So now. Here we are. Zion ain't saying shit, and this woman keep coming at his ass.
Yeah, but that's because Pap and Zion are two different. Like Zion got money. Pap,
Pap got a $1 million deal.
It's bad.
Zion tricked off a $1 million deal.
Listen, I feel what you said.
Come on, man. Let's.
In fact, Papoose was in the news again.
Good segue to Pap.
Yeah. Corey Holcomb, of course, decided to speak on Papoose's relationship woes going back and forth with Remy the past week. Got that clip chopped up.
Somebody say she has a young child. She needs to grow up, focus on being a mom.
Yeah.
And that would be the ideal thing, but we see it's not like that. She's on the internet trashing somebody who had her back.
Yeah, she
on the internet trashing somebody who had a back. No, this is what them people do. They bring up the bad about you, even though you've done so much good. That's why I'm telling Papoose, man, I know the situation he in. You can't win by going back and forth with her. Let her be what she gonna be, because we men, we can snap. That's another thing. We can snap. Look, man, I thought I was past the snapping stage. I don't think you ever get past the snapping stage.
No.
So that's why you got to try to avoid the drama. I tell a brother Papoose, man, that's not your broad. Ain't never been your broad. Leave it alone, man. You still 47. That means you got enough time to pick yourself up and look at that situation 5 years from now and be like, man, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm doing this now. I'm doing that now. What the fuck was I thinking? So, look, bro. I call you little bro. I got you by 8. Leave that alone, man. Don't go back and forth with that lady on the internet, man. You not gonna win, brother. Ain't nothing you can say about her that we don't already know. You can give details about stuff, but we see who that lady is. That lady is trashing you, and the facts are you used to go visit her in prison. If my broad in jail, I'm going to tell her, baby, when you get out, call this number. I ain't finna be going up there to see your ass all this pussy in the street, goddamn.
And to top it off, too, the nerve of when she got out, she was giving all those interviews saying she actually had to tell him. Oh, he was
Stop coming up there because she was sucking pussy. From what we hear.
What the hell?
I understand when you be sprung for a broad. That's why I'm saying to him, homie, if it was a time in your life to let it go, you got to let it go because you're around a phenom. And whether you believe me or not, it interferes with what she's doing. I'm talking about the phenom.
That's what she said.
You ain't got time for that shit that ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. Leave that alone, man.
So that was Corey. basically giving his view on Papoose and Remy Ma from last week.
I gotta give Branson his props because Branson was like, you can't go back and forth. And you know me, I like to clap back. You know, at times, you feel what I'm saying, especially when you get my attention the wrong fucking way. But in this case, I can see. You know, I fuck with Corey. I can see what he talking about. You can't win.
You can't win. But this is me and my homegirl were talking about this. This is something we have not discussed yet.
What's
on
that?
This show. And I'm gonna bring it to the light. And this is from Remy's perspective. Now, you got with this dude, G-Eazy the Block happened.
Yeah, easy.
Any woman that has a man that they're with wants to feel safe and protected.
Yeah.
How can you feel safe and protected after this nigga done got knocked out by your ex?
She don't want the nigga like the way she want Papoose.
This is what I'm getting ready to say. She was going to get rid of G-Eazy. She wasn't going to fuck with him.
It's just easy. G-Eazy is another rapper.
She was going to get rid of him. But now she had to lock in because all this stuff came out.
Yeah.
She don't want to be with him. The boy got knocked out by her ex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We never talked about that.
Right.
Like you sleeping next to a dude that you know.
But you gotta look at, if we're gonna look at it from her perspective, right? Then she's the big dog. She's the alpha in the whole situation. So it's okay. So in other words, it will pump her up even more. Like if they're in an argument, she'll probably, nigga, shut the fuck up. You gotta knock the hell out. I'll knock your ass out.
You can't get rid of him because Pap has come out.
Yeah.
Happy with Clarissa. Now you have to act like
Everything is cool.
I'm happy with this dude.
Yeah,
now.
she's stuck in. She's
You
stuck. She's
locked
stuck
in
with it.
this dude now.
Yeah.
So we've never discussed that part.
Yeah, if someone breaks in their house, Remy got to get the gun and protect them.
Yeah, and you know, and she might be that bitch that want to do that shit. So you got some women out here, they like Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? You know the island. You know, I seen Wonder Woman last night. Look,
Linda.
all the island full of women and shit like that.
Amazons
The
and
Amazons
stuff,
and shit. You got some out here that like that. That's why it's 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, but I know she just looks at him kind of questionable now.
She has to.
You got to, like.
But she knew he was a weak ass nigga before he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Come on, she ain't linking herself up with nobody.
That was just a fling.
That she can't.
It was.
Right.
And now you got to lock in with this
I
dude.
feel you, but what I'm saying is she's not fucking with nobody that she don't feel like that she has mental control over them.
And not to mention, Pap looks better to women than Remy does to men, because at least women saw a man going to prison doing anything for his woman that he loved. And it looked like the Alicia Keys falling video, the way Pap was going upstate to visit Remy. Pap was riding that bus, getting checked, walking into the prison. Yeah. Remy was putting her hand on the glass and shit. They were touching hands through the glass. Yeah. That's the Alicia Keys video.
So, like we were saying, like Pap wasn't going to win that. You're not going to win a back and forth with a woman over
No, you're not.
over the
So-
internet. You just leave it alone.
I mean, as a
Especially
right-
because you
have
got
it.
Clarissa Shields.
Right.
Like,
He got you done
and
came
won.
up. You done
Yeah.
came up, nigga.
And Corey said that part where he's like, you throwing her shit off. She's training for
Right.
a boxing
Yeah,
match,
like
and you
Nick-
got this drama surrounding her ass, and all
she's-
she want to do is promote the fight.
Right. You got the greatest of all time, nigga.
Pap is toxic.
You're like you said, you're bringing down her brand with this drama.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
Fuck
bringing
that shit.
down-
Leave that shit alone. You done said what you had to say now. I don't want to see you
Yeah.
back on live talking about nothing else between you
But
and Remy.
this is what neither one, Remy or Pat, can do.
What's
and
that?
this is going to segue into our next topic. Neither one of y'all can ask for spousal support.
Oh, no.
No.
No, Pat better not. Pat better not ask for spousal
Why not?
support.
Why not?
Because you said you were making money.
Yeah.
So if you say you were making money, then if you ask for spousal support, that means that she was the main breadwinner, which now comes back to you're a kept man.
Oh, so
you
hold
keep
on.
jumping from being.
Now he also said in the live, you heard it. He said he wrote the songs for her, Conceited and all that shit. He also booked the shows for her, the whole nine, gave her all the bread. She ain't pay him nothing. So now if
said
he
it was
can,
his wife.
so and this is his wife. Now we know laws. The man, head of household, get the bag. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. So if he can establish proof of that's what the fuck she doing, and this is the reason why he has to. Because if they get divorced, she gonna ask for alimony. She gonna ask for child support.
No, Remy can't ask for alimony.
I know that, but
you done called him all types of.
I know that. But she's. What I'm saying is, it's a different story when it comes down to breaking up and walking. It's breaking up and walking away with assets and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
You lose a lot of your I think. Because you kept telling everybody, Pap's so broke.
Don't matter.
Pap's so broke.
Don't matter.
If you go after Pap
It
for
don't
any
matter.
type of money,
But
it's going to look funny to me.
Of
Just
course,
like if Pap goes
of
after
course.
Pap for money, it's going to look funny to me.
Again, I get what you said, but I'm telling you right now, when you got celebrities that's together, hell, I know this because my last relationship I was in, I'm pretty much she had a career, and I'm an entrepreneur. And it's no simple as, oh, you go your way, I go my way. We got bills we got to settle and shit. We got to make sure that she's good. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because especially depending on how long y'all been together. It's almost like you being married. So when it's money involved, yeah, it ain't no simple that shit. Other motherfuckers that's, you ain't got no shit. Y'all can go your way, I go my way.
All right. Mm-hmm. That's why I segued to the next time.
Offset and Cardi B, because Offset and Cardi B have been in the news this week as Offset has now filed for spousal support during this divorce. And he's requested that spousal support for Cardi B in their divorce proceedings that she originally filed in August of last year.
So is Offset acting bad and bougie?
He's acting very bad and bougie.
Is he acting bad and bougie?
Hey, you know he gonna get back, especially if he's seeing a viral clip of his woman on a damn boat, and it's some pink substance getting past, and Stephon Diggs is smacking on her ass.
I don't know how much I can respect Offset for this. I don't.
Remember, she's got custody of the kids. She's
I
partying on the boat with cocaine.
I do. I remember all this and stuff like that. But how do you think Offset looks?
I think morally, as a man, it's not a good look. But I think legally, it's cool because if you want these divorce laws to change, they have to start affecting women.
Yeah,
true.
So unless you're cool with the way the divorce system is, we do need to see more men doing this.
The marriage system is not. It's not for men. It's totally against men.
Well, no, it's against the breadwinner. But if the woman's the breadwinner in the situation, then the tides are turning. So all them masters and y'all sisters be dragging about.
What's my boy name that got married to? Was it Halle Berry? He got married a couple motherfuckers, and he got. This nigga got some bread off their asses.
Another cut man, like
hey, he the white one or the black one?
He's a white one. He didn't mind the one that married Halle Berry. And
this
nigga he done. I didn't even know this nigga. He done married 3 top end women and divorced their ass and got spousal. This nigga got some bread.
Yeah, he licked off.
So again. It just a lot of men don't do it because it seems like no, that's a bitch move. But hey, if she makes more, nigga, you got to.
So, look,
if she makes more, you got to.
To me, Offset come off looking like he in this office.
He is, man. The nigga mad. Listen, we know that the nigga mad because she getting piped down. We know. We know this.
She went from your number one on your roster,
right, to somebody else's roster. She on Stephon Diggs' roster right now.
You're number one to somebody else's roster.
Right.
You just gotta watch. Yeah, I'd be.
And you see her ass twerking on the video. She was in the club last week. This week she on a boat. She living her best life. He fucking the shit out of her. And he flaunting that shit. Hey. So that nigga like,
and
bitch.
He over there.
That nigga mad as hell. You can't see. Listen, you can't be mad when you was out there fucking. It was all good just a week ago. Boy, when you was doing it, this nigga hurt.
He 38 hot.
He hurt.
Boy, yeah.
Like,
I think both people are suckers in the midst of this.
They are.
Offset was cheating on her before they got married.
Right.
He got married and they continued cheating on her. So he's consistent. She knew what it was when she married.
She kept it going. And she gave his ass 5? How many kids she gave that nigga?
They both toxic.
Right, exactly.
Of course. Of course they're
So
toxic.
now, since we see a toxic situation playing out, right? Let's get back to the Diddy and the fucking Cassie shit. Why is it not believable about what's going on? The fact of the matter is, you taking a situation where the fucking video came out where he whooped the ass, and now this whole conundrum, like, oh, he need to be locked up for life. We see it every fucking day. Toxicity.
Toxicity is nothing new.
Nah, not at all.
But in this case, you get paid for it because viewership and shit like that. Views and stuff. Viral videos and shit. It's money behind this shit now.
Offset's just bad and bougie.
Yeah, he mad. He mad because she getting fucked.
Now, Charles said if he really goes through with the alimony thing, then he can't be a rapper anymore because if he brags about his money, everybody's going to say that's your
Cardi's
girl's money.
Oh, what's that line?
I mean,
what's that line, Jay?
Charles.
Money? Y'all already got my lady
Charles,
money.
That's
It's
your
like
girl's
this.
tour or world tour?
Yeah, is that your girl's story? Charles, I'm gonna ask you this. Offset, when he was with Migos, he was still kind of, but he's more known as Cardi B's husband.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his role.
He
now.
hasn't done shit
hasn't
since he
done-
left Amigos.
I mean, even he
It's
dropping an
Cardi
album.
B's
He just
husband.
did. You don't know nothing
That's
about it.
how we know him now. It's not a rapper.
Right.
It's Cardi B's husband.
Yeah, so
He probably link back. He gonna link back. Watch the Migos get back together. Watch.
You
Go ahead.
can't. We're gone.
yeah,
Takeoff
is gone.
Take off gone. You can't get back
No,
together.
but they can still him and what's the name?
They ain't going to. They're not going to.
Yeah, they don't like
get
each other.
that.
I think they will. They
still
family.
can't
They
rekindle
family.
That Migos, like the Migos, even though I'm not the biggest
Quavo.
Migos fan,
Quavo.
you
I
will
think
not
they'll get
be
back.
able to mimic what they did.
Yeah,
You're right, but I believe with this latest shit that's going on with his ass, don't be surprised if him and Quavo link back up and start doing music again.
I mean that might be a possibility. He's going to be able to afford
He gonna-
studio time. if he-
Right? He gonna need it because he listen. He gotta take his mind off of shit.
Now, Cardi did go on a rant about this. She called him a fucking bitch and wished him to die slow, stating that she was crashing out over this request. She clarified that she wants her own divorce filings for no child support because she wants this to be done and the marriage to be over, and she feels like this is tying her up. And she's accusing Offset of not paying the mortgage on their Atlanta home for over a year and claimed he has barely seen their youngest daughter, stating he's only seen her about 5 times since she was born in September of 2024. And she's alleging that Offset refuses to travel to New York to see their children and insists on them coming to him. And she's accusing him of harassing and threatening her, particularly when he knows she is with Stefan Diggs.
Now, how he know he's with Stefan Diggs?
Because she wasn't she on that boat?
Yeah,
Man,
so
they've
but
been
how
everywhere.
But how do he know when to contact her? When she said he contacted her when she knows he with Stefan Diggs. How
Well,
do
she's
he?
contacting him he's contacting her because
Because
she's
she knows,
with Stefan Diggs. He doesn't know when she's
Oh, okay.
with him exactly.
Gotcha.
He's trying to get back at her because, like you say, he's salty. You know, Stefan wearing the brakes off
He
that.
knows Stefan digging her ass out.
And he said, Offset's team said he filed for spousal support because he feels Cardi was being unfair about visitation and was trying to clean him out, though they deny he needs the money.
And
So-
all these law firms
Which
seeing
was dumb for the lawyers to say.
right. All these law firms just going after the bread, and like I said,
So maybe this was a manipulation tactic to gain some control over the visitation rights for his children. So
Probably.
maybe he's on some bargaining. I'll drop this request if you let me see my children more often. And I believe Cardi. I don't believe this nigga is checking on his children. He's just playing that weekend dad now that he knows she's with someone else. And Stefan Diggs, ew.
Now that he knows that Cardi is no longer available to him, like you can't get it. No
and
more,
even if
stuff
she
like
was,
that.
he wouldn't fuck with her no more because she got piped out.
Yeah. She got digged down. But that's my thing. Why is Stefan Diggs dealing with Cardi B?
Because
Single
he's
Mama
trying to
3?
get his.
It's
his-
an ego.
He's trying to get his thing up. You
This
don't
thing
know-
will be up
No.
by playing football and being good.
Stephon, when's the last season Stephon Diggs had a good season? 2 years
Actually,
ago?
last year before he got a torn ACL,
But he's trying to get his stock up. Being a football player, we all know that you're not. As
you got a
seen
short,
as a basketball.
you got a
player.
short lifespan.
Your helmet's always on, stuff like that. That's why
There's no personality.
He's getting his stock up, hanging out with Cardi. That's how I see it anyway.
Well, I mean, Stephon has always been out there,
But
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, with Cardi, you're
you fucking a married woman, a super.
he better be lucky he ain't in this ain't in North Carolina because you really got laws against that.
Exactly. If it's North Carolina, nigga, y'all lucky, nigga. You said North Carolina, she was married. Got there, he would have hit got your ass
out of there.
Well, actually, she would have got Offset.
Oh yeah.
She got his ass.
Would have been paying
right,
each
they
other,
both been
though.
paying each other shit.
Man, y'all glad y'all ain't in North Carolina because we don't take to that down here
Yeah,
too
we don't play
kind.
that
We have
shit.
many anti-whore laws for married
Right, we don't
whores.
play that shit.
Just as long as you're not a married whore, you can whore out in Carolina. You just got to be careful and make sure if you're married, you divorce before moving on.
Exactly.
Not separated,
Yeah,
divorce.
Divorce.
Yeah, because we got some crazy laws here. So hopefully, I don't care if Offset gets spousal support or not.
I don't either.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's I might be cheap for saying this, but it's cool to see a man do it every
Yeah.
now.
as I said,
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you know,
Sometimes
because
your
I'm
ego
like, we
need it.
always
It's the
see
only way the
women.
laws change.
Yeah, we always see women knocking niggas in the head, getting banked.
yeah, it's
So
the
it's-
only way.
Go
it's
get it,
cool. It's
Offset.
cool to see a man
But
get
we
away
gonna
with
look
it.
at you a lot different.
Of course, that's the only thing.
We gonna
like, nigga, I'm looking at you the side eye, nigga. Look, if you got 30, you better make 130.
You
then
out
you
here
start
balling,
talking.
and we gonna be like,
Right.
oh, for Cardi B money. That's
Yeah,
a damn
yeah.
shame.
We know 30 million of that was Cardi B money, nigga. Ain't your money, nigga. We ain't make it all no Migos.
Bad and bougie.
Bad and
boy.
bougie.
Bad and bougie.
Very bad and bougie. Okay, well, hopefully things go planned, go well for Cardi and Offset. And really, I just wish they would just get back together because when
Nah.
two
Oh,
toxic
that's
people
a
are
wrap.
together,
Nah.
you don't have to worry about them meeting non-toxic people corrupting them.
Whatchamacallit getting back together before I see those two getting back
Who?
together.
Who's
Remy
what?
and Pap getting back together before
Nah,
those two.
nah, that's done.
Yeah.
Listen,
I think this is done.
Once you give yourself to somebody and they start fucking somebody else, you will never look at them like that again. Now that's not saying you won't fuck them, but everything will be totally off. You feel what I'm saying?
You could be like Tina Knowles. Did you see Tina Knowles do this interview this week where she was once again shitting on her ex-husband Richard, saying how Richard brought the worst out of her during her marriage?
No, I
I see it.
I've been watching this, and it's just like really weird to me because Tina Knowles keeps shitting on her ex. And every interview, she's blaming him for something negative. Like, he brought out the worst in me. I was so miserable with Richard. I was in a bad place. I was all this. And I'm like, what did this nigga do to you? Because the only reason I say that is because she was always talking about her marriage to Matthew Knowles, Beyonce's father. And here you had like 40 plus years with a nigga who was cheating on you consistently with different women while you were married, quit his job to promote his daughter, put the family in financial ruin. You know, they damn near losing the house just so they could get Beyonce famous.
Your first husband did.
Yeah, Matthew Knowles.
Now your second one is
Wait,
just.
well, hold on. After Beyonce blows up, they're still married. He goes and fucks around and has a baby on her behind his back. So now Tina got to divorce this man because Matthew's fucking up. So then after all that shit, she marries Richard Lawson. They only last for a couple years, and she's shitting on this nigga. And I'm like, yo, Matthew, y'all were the original Cardi B and Offset before Beyonce got famous, and you just spending all this time shitting on the new guy, who I'm pretty sure is nowhere near as bad as what Matthew was.
What all the stuff Matthew put you
did.
through.
And then after you divorced Richard, you change your name back to Knowles and continue having a relationship with Matthew Knowles. They were having sex after the second marriage ended. So they're the original Cardi B and Offset. That's just toxic as hell.
I just said you get paid. You get paid off of likes and loves, them reels and
I
shit
just
like
think
that.
that's just a weird dynamic.
Sometimes
this
you go-
dude, Richard Lawson, is catching it.
Listen, when you up that ladder and you have a certain type of influence, You push your brand by being talked about.
Yeah.
Whether and Trump done made it cool. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. You're going to, if you got a likable whatever, you can pass. You feel what I'm saying? So in her case, here goes somebody who was in a traditional marriage multiple times, and now you coming off as a feminist bashing men that you said I do to, and you gave kids to one of them. You know what I'm saying? Two of them. So I'm like, what? That's just like us. If we talk about our baby moms and shit like that, talking shit about them and shit, niggas be like, well, didn't you have a baby with her? Isn't that your baby mom? Why are you talking shit? What that makes you look like? So what the fuck does make her look like?
Definitely don't talk about mine. Like it don't make no sense because, like you say, if I'm talking about him, how that make me look?
Right, you still hurt, nigga.
If I'm down in her, I look like a fool.
Yeah, because you fuck with her.
Yeah. So yeah, I just had to
Get that
respond.
off.
Yeah, because I seen another interview this week.
What you know what it is, and I brought this up to what it is because I see this trend amongst younger women. You got these older women that was taught and raised to be under this traditional umbrella relationship. They was not, and when feminism came out, right, they was locked in or about to be going into marriages and shit like that. So they can't. So some of these ones that's older, then probably got divorced, or they still in, they seem like they hanging on, i.e. Michelle Obama. They are embracing.
That's another person I'm having a serious issue with.
Yeah,
is
they
Michelle Obama in this goddamn podcast.
Yeah, they are embracing this feminism like a motherfucker.
Michelle Obama is pissing me off as well because every week on her podcast, she's putting down Barack Obama, saying how, you know, she didn't think he was all that. She wanted him to lose when he ran for president. She's always talking about how he's just regular. And I'm like, I don't ever see any other first lady talking shit about their husband except Michelle Obama. And it's like every week she just be popping shit about this nigga on her show.
Because you got to understand, look how many, she had to go 2 terms of listening to white folks talking shit. And you already know she always wanted to clap back at their asses. You feel what I'm saying? But she couldn't because she's the first lady. So now this is her venting. This is her getting her shit off for all them years. She had to be quiet and take all the racist remarks and all that other act.
But she ain't aiming them at the races. She going at Barack.
Of course, because she's saying, nigga, this is for all this. This is for me sacrificing for you on a major level, because when you talk about president of the United States, they are in your business, and we got 24-hour news cycle. Well, look how Melania, what's her fucking name? Melania, how she act around Trump ass. You don't even see her ass. She don't even want no part.
She's too scared to criticize Trump publicly like Michelle.
Well, wait because they in office. Wait till her ass get out. Wait till they get out of office this time and he can't get back in. Don't be surprised you see a memoir behind her and the Trump administration, all this other shit. She ain't going. Yeah, she gonna talk. The fact of the matter, it's a lot of
Trump
shit.
got to be he's gonna pass before she releases her memoirs.
Well, again, the thing about it is it's gonna come out. So what I'm saying is you have a lot of older women who was caught up in a traditional lifestyle and they wasn't unable to embrace the feminist part. In Michelle's case, I'm looking at this as if this is her venting for the 8 goddamn years she had to tolerate that bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, in addition to what's going on between older married couples, there's been controversy over new married couples with Travis Hunter being in the news for his lavish wedding.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it happened last week. We gave a quick shout out to it last week hearing about it, but of course there was a little controversy. No surprise. So of course it all started cool with Travis giving her a Mercedes-Benz G63 luxury SUV worth over $600,000, over $500,000.
God almighty.
Yeah. So, however, there was an awkward moment, viral clip going around where she looked like she was dodging a kiss from Travis Hunter during the dance. This moment is leading to widespread speculation about their relationship dynamics and, of course, people expressing concern about her intentions and other people sticking up for the couple. And, of course, it's been widely circulated. No prenuptial agreement has been announced formally between them.
I believe his agent, somebody close to him, really.
I would really love to say yes.
I would too, but I would highly doubt it that they let this nigga go in like that blind.
Congratulations. That's all I'm gonna say. We followed this topic up
But
too
let's
much.
talk about it like as if he did.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Travis Hunter is this. I think he's been given every single red light warning that he could possibly get.
He crashing out.
Yeah, so now that he's married, he has literally nothing to gain and everything to lose. So, I mean, I'm in a position where I might as well wish for the best. Just don't have too many kids with her because you're going to pay support on whoever you have. We kind of see the train wreck happen before it happens. But, yeah, at this point, there's no no happiness if things go down the way this planned. So
Just
you
win,
just hope.
nigga.
You just hope, everything goes well. I hope he performs well for the Jags.
Yeah.
And I hope.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm at a
damn.
point where, hey, you've been warned. Now it's on you.
Yeah, soft ass, hard head making soft ass.
Yeah. Oh.
$600,000 card.
Yeah, that's a very expensive car. Some niggas rap niggas gonna be driving it.
She ain't even. And look, NFL money is shorter than NBA money.
Yeah,
600.
but you also got to remember, don't he got a couple million from college?
Yeah,
he got
he
bread
coming
from-
in
yeah, he
already
right.
stacked.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm just spending my college money on
Plus,
that.
we haven't even got to the endorsements because they
Yeah.
getting ready to Gatorade. They getting ready to do him. He gonna make some money.
Yeah, Travis.
She gonna make some money.
Yeah, he was making money in NIL. He was one of the top. Well, last year he was one of the top NIL.
I hope so.
This year Manning is, and then he gets like $6 million. Then my boy Beck and Carson getting like $4.3 million in Miami and shit like that.
Yeah, cool. Well, hopefully,
It's long lasting. Hopefully, it lasts forever. Hopefully,
Yeah,
this
man.
is a
Do
long
your
lasting
thing, buddy.
marriage. And
Prove us wrong.
I wish y'all nothing but the best.
I
Honestly,
mean, at this point, you might as well, because I would
what's
take-
done is done. It's done. So let's go.
It's too
All
late
right,
to
so
annul.
what's the bet? You got
we
2
gotta get
years.
the
over
You got
under
two-
3.
Over under
3.
Over under over.
She want 3 kids from that nigga.
Over under of how many years they gonna be married?
First contract.
4.
First
That's enough
contract.
time to have a baby, recover, get her knocked up again, have a baby, recover.
So
get
the over
4 to 5.
under is 4. So I'm gonna take the over on this.
Yeah, it's definitely. She probably stay about 5 or 6.
See that over under is too low. I was saying 5.
She probably stay about
max.
5.
Yeah, I said over and under 5. So that means I believe based off his temperament, unless he get waking up, it's gonna go over 5. It ain't gonna be under. And
Interesting.
tell you the truth, you really can go up on the over and under. Real talk, like you can really put that bitch at 8. The over and under at 8. You're right, but hey, but you the thing is, it's not supposed to make it easy for you. It's supposed to be intriguing enough. Like,
But if she stays with him for 10 years, he gets that NFL pension too.
that's the reason why I said the
That
over.
might be over.
So that's the reason why I said the over and under
Yeah,
set
like,
at 8.
if she's in it to win it, then
So you taking over 8?
yeah. If she in it to win it, she gonna be in. It
I
to
don't
win
think
it.
she's that smart.
No, she ain't.
I think she's gonna have babies and be like, "That's it, I gotta leave," because she doesn't know how to put her face on when people are looking.
In the public, and it's gonna
That's
be
why she's in this shit.
Right.
Nobody would have cared if she is doing.
right now.
So
this boy,
you got under 8.
this boy is possibly could be the face of the NFL.
Wait, you
Nah,
got
he ain't
no,
gonna
he
be the
ain't.
face.
No, he ain't. You
Possibly
got.
Cam
Hold on.
Ward would take it before
Exactly.
him.
You got over 8. So you got under 8, right? You going under 8, right?
I'm going over.
You
She
going under?
She gonna ride it. He going under.
I don't think she's gonna make it.
So you gonna go under 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know what? I'm gonna take the under 8, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because like you said, she ain't smart enough. She can't fake it. She's already showing us now like, ew, You know what I'm saying? She got the friend zone. She still got the friend zone look aura on her. You know what I'm saying? And considering that he's like, well, he's out to prove everybody wrong. That you know what I'm saying? She mom's gonna be in her ear heavy. Like, girl, you got to give this nigga some pussy. You gonna oh man, I don't want to do that. Like, listen, you saw a brother had a damn school like, hey bitch, don't you know who the fuck you with? You with Travis Hunter, bitch. That's a bank. She had him in a she didn't care about that shit. And from the time that shit happened in Colorado, that was only damn near 4 months ago, 6 months ago. So it's not even a full year, and she's doing this shit again. I'm going under 8.
Under 8? Cool. Well, I'll call it on that. So speaking of being locked behind bars, was Louisiana inmates still at large?
Did you get the clip of the aunt?
I did not get the clip of the aunt.
You know what I'm talking about, though. The aunt who was like, don't make my nephew out to be such a bad guy. And
He's
stuff
in
like
jail.
that.
So, yeah.
And I believe,
I
he was one of them that was charged with murder.
Yeah.
No, I believe he's the one who was beating his girlfriend and stuff, that he was locked up for domestic violence and stuff like that.
Shit.
Because she got arrested
Half
for
them niggas was
helping him.
Okay, half them niggas was. She was one of the ladies that got arrested.
Yeah, so one like
It was two of them.
For helping them.
The guy who had the better Memorial Weekend day than I did, the one who was at the pool party hanging out. Did you see that video?
No.
Yeah, I saw that.
My boy was at the pool party.
He was like,
hanging
man,
out.
fuck it.
Then at the end of the video, we jumped in the pool and stuff. I was at
Yeah,
work,
I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? His Memorial Day was way better than mine was.
Man, I ain't touched no water.
But they've locked up family members in this case, in this situation for helping and stuff like that. So
yeah, so it looks like 8 have been captured. 2 still remain at large. So they've captured 8 out of the 10.
Derek and Antoine are still at large.
Derek Groves and Antoine Massey are still at large. Derek Groves is convicted of 2nd-degree murder, and Antoine Massey is charged with domestic abuse, automotive theft, and a history of previous escapes.
The one who's charged with domestic abuse, the one who he supposedly abused, is the one who helped him.
Yeah,
they arrested her.
Oh, well, shit. Those must have been some passionate ass whoopings.
That's a toxic situation.
Super toxic.
I told you,
Broke
man.
Cardi B and Offset.
I told you. Listen, I told you. And you know what's even crazy? Why the media ain't talking about another escape that happened in Arkansas? You got a convicted officer walked out of prison and a convicted murderer. Walked out of the Arkansas prison. And he was a former cop. Why are we talking more about New Orleans?
Because it was 10 niggas.
Right, exactly. We got two white dudes. One was a former cop, charged with murder, charged with rape and everything. And the other guy, he was charged with murder. Ain't nobody talking about these niggas. And they've been out almost a week too. Media ain't even hardly talking about it, none of that shit.
And this is my thing. For the family who was helping y'all should have just went for the money and turned them in. Because now you're crazy ass in jail over some foolishness. If you were going to, they would, I'm sure they might not have been happy about it, but hell, at least y'all got some money out of it instead of now y'all have to pay money to get out this situation.
Now, I saw a meme earlier suggesting that Derek may have possibly reached Charlotte, as there were reports. Somebody said of seeing him somewhere in Charlotte. I don't know how realistic those reports were because they were posted online. But they're offering a $50,000 reward.
That ain't no money.
Yeah,
that ain't no money.
That'll lead to the capture of these 2 left. So
if these men are as dangerous as y'all say they are, and that need to be a little bit more, probably about 100.
Yeah, he's Groves is convicted killer tied to 4 homicides, and
this definitely should be 100.
Yeah, Massey is just a woman beater, and it looks like he said he's wanted for rape, kidnapping, and attacking a woman who reported his whereabouts, allegedly. So So far, 8 out of 10. So a lot of people are wrong because it's been 2 weeks and they still haven't rounded everybody up.
Last Monday. I'm super surprised
Yeah.
that they're still. But hey,
I was
when you
not
don't want to go
expecting
back
them.
to prison, you
I damn sure was not expecting them to make it out this long. So I guess congratulations, fellas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you find them other escape motherfuckers too out of Arkansas. Find their asses.
Hold on. The who was the ones who escaped from prison before? Because I think in that jailbreak with the New Orleans inmates, like a couple of them had escaped from prison before.
Yeah.
They're going to Supermax.
Yeah, that was Massey. One of the guys still free.
As soon as they get him, he going to Supermax. We ain't gonna have this again.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
That is they have those. You know, every prison system is different.
Oh, he got to
It's
go because you made him look like fools. Andrew been out for 2 weeks just chilling, doing fucking live videos, swimming and shit at the pool.
Oh yeah, they gonna whoop his ass when they get back.
catch you, boy.
Oh, so the nigga is that's still on the run.
Yeah.
Has been on live.
Yeah, shot the video Monday at a pool party. Just
At
chilling.
least he's smart and not to post it until afterwards.
But this is the thing though.
But you are giving them digital
everybody that
print.
was at that
Where
pool
they
that
at?
he showed in the video
Yeah.
is liable. If they wanted to be dicks about, they could go snatch up everybody there.
Well, they could probably say they didn't know who he was. You feel what I'm saying? If you are a certain age, if you are a preteen to young adult, you ain't watching no damn news.
Yeah, but
You ain't watching no
this
news.
is New Orleans, and
If
I
you-
think
if
you
you-
got a name like that,
Now,
and you
if,
don't
now,
really
now,
know-
if it's in New Orleans, maybe. But even then, you can't hold it against them because how many? Hell, I don't know that many adults watch the fucking news. So yeah, you gonna put the young adults?
I know they'd be like, that's my man that broke out. That's little A there over there.
Right,
Like,
you could have
was
been
A
like,
locked up?
you be like, I didn't know he was locked up. I told you niggas don't lead the blocks, lead the hood and shit. So you probably went to see your cousin you ain't seen in over 10 years and
Talk
shit.
about, I ain't know A got out already.
I ain't listen, I ain't know the nigga was locked up. I ain't know he was locked up. What'd he do? Killed 4 people.
Last time I heard
Then last time I saw him, he was a baby in Pampers.
what you say? Last time I heard Anton's locked up, but this nigga at the pool party with us. Like, okay.
I didn't know this nigga was on. I didn't know he was wanted.
That was how the first one got caught. Remember, I told you he went on live talking about I'm home. Like, nigga, you
home
for
for
a brief
for a
second.
minute because
They
they
caught
come to
one
get
nigga
your.
sleeping on a bench. He's just like, fuck
He
it.
ain't had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There's people.
Shit, I'd have been in the woods or something.
You
You
know,
ain't just gonna catch me.
You ain't
me up
going
off
in
the
the woods.
Greyhound.
You ain't
Yeah.
going in the woods. No fucking crocodile, alligator get your ass. Hell
New
no.
Orleans swamps is
Hell
different.
no.
Go out there and won't
He,
come back.
yeah, that nigga ain't had nowhere to go. He should have just stayed his ass in.
Yes, he should have.
He ain't getting no pussy or nothing.
Just
You
out
don't know that.
Just no, he didn't. If he slept on a bench,
on the bench.
you ain't getting no pussy
'Cause ain't no-
because you got 24. Get some pussy, you got about 10 to 12 hours to get that. You got to run after that.
And she
And
better
you
not-
ain't even, I ain't even cut you off. Out of those 10 hours, you only need about an hour because your heart racing. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you ain't got no pussy within the first 6 hours, nigga, it's over with.
And I'm at her house. Like, if they gonna snatch me, they snatch me up out her house.
Exactly.
They snatch me off the Greyhound bus.
That
bench.
nigga was
Nah.
on the bench. He ain't had nowhere to go.
Nah.
And his people was like, nigga, don't come over here.
Don't come.
Don't
over
bring.
here. Don't
Look,
bring your
they
ass
probably
over
done
here.
turned his ass in. You really want to keep it funky? Hey, you want to
much
find
that
him?
reward money?
Yeah, he's over there on the Greyhound bus station. He sleep. He tired. He was just saying he tired. He hungry.
tired.
He tired. He hungry. Now don't do nothing to my boy. Now, okay? Now I'm gonna just make sure I get that money. All right. I'll make sure I put some money on his books.
Nah, but that don't beat the one who turned himself back in thinking he was
He
gonna
gonna
get,
get
the
it,
reward money.
like-
that might be the
Oh,
greatest
my
one of all time.
God. Like, oh yeah, I'm turning myself in. I don't get a reward money. What, nigga? Come here. That's why your dumb ass in prison.
Right
Stupid.
now.
You stupid.
Damn
Turn it-
shame.
All right, what else we got, Brody?
Okay, so after that, some trend going around on the internet going viral. I've been seeing it, and it's been dudes listing the top 5 feelings to best feelings as a man, and everybody has their own personal list of top 5 feelings. I've been seeing everything from watching your son score a basket in a game to laughing with your boys to a random dog choosing you at a function, fixing technical issues no one else could, and just saying should be good now. I've done that plenty of times. So everybody's just been using this as an opportunity to list what they think is their best 5 feelings as a man and having a back and forth and debating that. So what would you say your top 5 feelings are as a man?
Damn, my top 5 feelings as a man, well,
When my kids tell me they love me, that there's no better feeling than that whatsoever as a man. Like when your kids tell you they love you, that's almost unexplainable.
what's the other 4?
Can they be X-rated?
Yeah,
I mean, when she rubbed my balls, like that's a great feeling. That make you feel good.
What else?
Let's see another feeling. Seeing your boys do good. Like, to me, that's a great feeling. Seeing people that you've invested time in coming up. Like seeing like your guys, like people you really rock with, actually advancing at what they want to do. That's a great feeling too.
You got 2 more.
Another great feeling. Being around your parents. Like for me, that's a feeling like no other either. You know, I think that's a great feeling.
And 1 more.
Oh, beating that mission you can't beat?
Yeah.
You ever did that?
Yeah.
That mission
So like
that you
20 times,
forever?
20, like 2 days or a week, you trying to get past that shit.
That mission you couldn't beat? Oh, man.
You done cuss because you right fucking there. You like, God damn it.
Listen, that
Assassin's Creed.
feeling there
That's
is.
my shit. I was doing that shit today. That's a good list. My 5 would be, seeing I saw one of my daughters graduate.
Nah, beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So I was boo-hooing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
As you get older, you get more emotional. I tell people that all the time.
I was super emotional about it because, like I said, you know, we talking about elementary, middle, high school, and everything.
Shout out to all the graduates.
Yeah.
Again.
So seeing that, and then you seeing what you instill in your child, and they're talking, they're emulating certain things that you do. That's like that's a proud dad moment. I like making money. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact I love to make money. Just being able to having no limitation as far as how much money I want to make or whatever. Or since in my businesses, like one of them is mobile detailing, I love the effects of my people come see my clients see their cars and they're like, oh my God, they just super happy and stuff like that. Or if they come to my food truck and they get the food and they eat it and they just you know, so seeing my customers happy about the product or the service that I put out there. Also, you know, just having the love from my community, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been a time that I needed my community, and I didn't even know if Raleigh would support me the way they have been, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that they did that, you know what I'm saying, that just shows what type of impact that I have on my community. And I think last but not least, you know, when any of my teams, my sports teams win, you know what I'm saying? When they win the championship, you know what I'm saying, you get to talk your shit, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. So those would be my top 5.
God damn. So that must mean you ain't had a good feeling in the sports section since the 90s?
No, bullshit, nigga. The Dodgers, bro, and the Lakers in 20. Come on, don't do it like that. Lakers just won about 5 years ago, and the Dodgers just won last year. Okay, so yeah, I feel you when you talking about.
But I'm not gonna lie, there's no feeling like that.
Yeah, ain't no feeling. You see your team win, you know what I'm saying? And I know you ain't talking. When the last time yours?
What?
Yours.
It's been a minute.
Oh, okay.
his team is Central.
Right. That's what he older than us. He earlier than us.
If I'm thinking about DC sports, Jesus.
Right,
Christ.
exactly.
Central.
Right.
Definitely Central.
Well, I stay loyal to my team.
Yeah, I stay loyal to
I don't
mine.
get to pick and choose random teams around the country and cities.
Hey
I've never
man,
visited.
listen. I visit LA, so I haven't gone to Laker
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Laker game yet. I've been to Dallas. I just haven't been to Dallas again yet. So I've been to the cities. I just haven't been to the sport. But when I was introduced to these sports, these were the teams that I was introduced to. Now, I explained to y'all how the Dallas connection came in. That was due to college football. I was a Miami Hurricane fan. Jimmy Johnson was the coach. He was the coach that came to Dallas when Jerry Jones bought the team in '89, and that's when we won our Dynasty 3 Super Bowls. So that's how I came into Dallas. Lakers, when I first saw the first NBA game, it was the Lakers and Celtics. And I saw how them niggas was fighting and shit, and they were and Magic in them, Showtime and shit, and I've been a Laker fan since, and this been the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So I've been locked in for years.
Did you give your 5 feelings?
Yeah.
No.
What's
Son
yours?
went on his Laker rant.
You give us your 5 feelings.
Okay. I guess one good feeling. See, all mine don't require other people. One good feeling. Well, one does actually. I guess one good feeling is beating the video game level because I definitely understand.
Oh yeah,
the turmoil.
That is definitely a real one.
2, ever since this podcast shit been popping, I like seeing a major jump in subscribes, likes, and views.
Yes.
Particularly on the videos I work the hardest editing, but it seems like the bullshit ones get the most views. But they're not all bullshit if I'm uploading them.
And make sure y'all comment. Like, we want to hear what y'all got to say. It just ain't all about what we got to say. We want to hear some of the
Sometimes
stuff.
it's frustrating spending 3 to 5 hours editing the clip and not seeing it get views, but that one you spent 30 minutes on bullshitting is the one that gets more views. Nigga, I'll be putting soundtracks to clips like Trump and shit. And nobody, 10 motherfucking views. So, yeah, I like when I work hard on stuff and I see maximum efficiency from our YouTube audience who likes, subscribes, comments, and shares. That's one. I also enjoy a good bowl of pho. If you never had Vietnamese soup, go get you a bowl of pho, and you will understand the goodness. That's a good feeling for me. Well, just any good foreign comfort food is pretty good for me. Number 3, smashing a chick from the back, doggy style, preferably without a condom. But with some of the women I mess with, a condom will do. Where am I? Number 3? 4. Okay. Number 4. I guess this isn't food related. What else is good for me? Making money from a side hustle, not my main job, because I always expect money from my main job, but making money from a side hustle feels much better because it's the money you didn't have to get. And it's the money, or no, it's the money you made on your own merits, not through a job or a system. So that's 4. And I guess the final one would be being able to take a massive dump in your own crib and get comfortable, where you can turn the YouTube on and listen to a video and watch it in the reflection in the mirror, and you can roll a blunt. And it's one of those real bad ones where you get the bubble guts and it's burning and your stomach cramping. Because you have to remember, without pain, there is no pleasure.
I mean, another great feeling is that you can just take care of yourself.
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
great.
no feeling like I don't have to look to anybody to support me. I can run this shit by myself. I might struggle a little bit, but I can still do it by myself. That's another great feeling.
That's a wonderful feeling.
Yes, it is. Independence is a wonderful thing.
Yes,
Exactly.
Independence is great. Knowing you can do it on your own and you ain't got to worry about no craziness. That is definitely a great feeling. Yeah, so those are my top 5 feelings. And looks like I was just checking the scores.
Go into that now.
Yeah. And Indiana is going to the finals for the first time since 2000, defeating the Knicks 125-108. I'm mad I didn't see any of this game because I was here setting up
Didn't
the
they
podcast.
make a New York Knicks song? I heard like Papoose on it. You know, all these rappers.
Nigga should have made that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you throw that away now.
Yeah.
That song's trash. Throw it away.
Oh damn! I'm not surprised.
All the Knicks fans.
OKC it was heavy favorites.
Yeah, of course. OKC is going.
I got them winning in 5.
All the Knicks fans screaming Knicks in 7. Y'all
Damn,
mad.
Knicks fans.
When y'all lost game 1, how y'all lost game 1?
I'm gonna say this too. And
how they lost game 1, I knew this shit was over.
seeing the Cowboys lose, it warms my heart.
Yeah, that is a good film.
But the Knicks, the Knicks can't win. Like the Knicks just can't win.
And this coming from a Philly fan.
Look, it wouldn't be right to see the Knicks.
This coming
win.
from
Like,
a Philly fan now.
It wouldn't be right to see the Knicks win.
They're still in the process.
Yeah, that process.
We talk about how y'all got the number 3 pick and shit. After you done signed Paul George, the big
there.
3 was supposed to be Paul George, your boy, Maxey, and old broke leg. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all got the number 3 pick. So yeah,
Bailey, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Good Lord. So it looks like Pascal Siakam got 31 on 10 of 18 shooting.
Yeah, he got the MVP of East Conference Finals.
Yeah, I saw that. And Halliburton got 21 points, 13 assists, 6 rebounds.
Playmaker.
Yeah, playmaker
I
supreme.
I will say I rode with the Pacers through the whole playoffs. And I'm surprised that they made it all the way to the East. I mean, to the championship.
Well,
I'm
guess
not going to
what?
lie.
Them damn Thunder, I wouldn't be surprised Thunder beat them in 5.
Thunder beat him in 5. I could see that. I
Listen.
keep underestimating Indiana.
Listen, man, Thunder is blowing out.
I ran with the Pacers. The Pacers going to snatch this.
Listen, this is where you know they're going to whoop ass. They just did, number one, look at how they did Ant-Man and them. They ran their ass out the building. They historically blowing out teams, good teams.
But this is the difference between
but they're doing
them
it
and whatchamacallit.
And who?
Remember, you were just talking about who's behind Ant-Man.
right.
Who's the next man?
That
you
was
go to?
Randall.
And he did what?
He choked.
Who's behind Burton?
Who's behind, bro?
Halliburton. Their next
Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam is not going to give the same type of output that Randall did. They're going to have to play Pascal.
But they got the bodies to do it though. That's the whole thing. These niggas go 10 deep. They got wing
Indiana
players.
go deep.
No,
Indiana go
you
deep
right.
too.
They do. But the point is, everybody on OKC. Listen, OKC this year they're number 1 in defense. Their average point differential is about almost 15 points a game. So they blowing people out. Good teams.
And I'm looking for the
Good
matchup.
teams.
I'm looking for the matchup between Halliburton and Shea.
They not gonna put Shea can't fuck with. Halliburton can't fuck with Shea. Shea gonna cook his ass, bro.
You think Halliburton ain't gonna cook him back?
No,
Okay, we're gonna see.
come on. He's a 2-way player, man.
Who?
Shea.
Halliburton can ball now.
I'm not
He
saying
been putting
he can,
on
I'm
the
not
whole.
saying. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not saying he can't ball.
He got 21.
The point is, we're talking
21.
about a 2-way player going against a playmaker. The 2-way player gonna win.
A 2-way player going against a playmaker, yeah.
Yeah. So
But how do you know that the 2-way player ain't gonna exert too much energy?
Well, I don't even and you for real, and let's see who's their starting 5 is Halliburton, Siakam. They usually go with
your boy Turner at center.
Turner at center.
And is Nesmith starting?
Oh, Naismith.
Smith.
So they'll probably so I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have Naismith and your boy the people that was sticking
And Nimhard.
Nimhard.
So
And
Nimhard is the second guard.
right. So Nimhard, it's another one that's off the bench.
Toppin.
No, not Toppin. He's a
McConnell.
4. Nope.
Shepard.
Shepard, yeah. Shepard, Nimhart, them three is gonna be they gonna run them bodies at Shea. But the thing about it is when it comes to the bigs, you feel what I'm saying? You got motherfucking Chet. Then you got
the old dude from New York.
yeah,
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
right, exactly.
They
And
got
then
some
we ain't
size
even
on
talk, and we're not talking about them young boys they got off the bench. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about Jay Williams. He's the second leading scorer on it. So OKC runs 10 people, easy.
OKC got some size on them, but what Indiana going to try to do to counter that is they're going to run.
They both can run.
Well,
They both can run.
They're going to have to outrun.
OKC is the youngest team in the playoffs in the league.
I mean, Indiana ain't much older than
You're
them.
not running. You're not gonna run. You're not gonna beat a younger team. I'm sorry, you're not. OKC is the youngest team in the league in the playoffs.
I'm gonna run with Indiana.
So
that's who I'm picking.
if anything, OKC gonna tire out them older cats that they got like Turner and them. They gonna run their asses off the court. Man, they just put up 140 something points against Ant and them. Come on, man. Listen, mark my word.
I got the Pacers.
A gentleman's sweep.
Pacers in 6.
Gentleman's sweep in 5.
You really gonna go with the Pacers?
Yeah, he going with the Pacers.
Y'all said that. Y'all asked me the same question when I said I wanted the Pacers against the Cavs.
He don't believe.
Y'all
okay.
said you want
he
the
don't
Pacers.
believe
I
it.
said, yeah, I
he
want the
don't believe
Pacers.
it. He doesn't believe
I'm
the
taking the Pacers.
That's fine.
at
Take him.
6.
I got you, but he don't believe that shit.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. The most valuable player in the league, Shea Alexander, is going to win that shit in 5.
In 5. That's gonna be interesting. Okay.
Remember, they got home court advantage.
Who?
OKC.
OKC.
Mm-hmm.
So role players doesn't play well on home court. And OKC, their arena is loud as shit. So they're gonna be out in full force.
I think Indiana arena loud
I'm
as
not.
shit.
I'm,
They ain't
no,
got
no.
nothing in
I
Indiana.
didn't listen. I'm not saying that Indiana isn't, but we all know word in the league is OKC arena. They fans turn out and they loud as hell. So we know role players don't play well on the road, and Indiana has shown that. So don't be surprised OKC jump out their ass 2-0 before they go back to Indiana.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is going to be a major offseason because there's a lot of free agents that are going to be available.
Yeah.
Why is your
Giannis,
my boy
KD.
from the Clippers who keeps choking? He's a free
Giannis isn't
agent.
a free agent.
They're exploring
expecting
option
to
to
trade
trade
him.
him.
Harden's a free agent.
Harden, he got
Kyrie.
he got a player option. Kyrie got a player option.
Miles Turner.
Turner got a player option. All those players got player options, meaning they can opt in. LeBron player options. All of them meaning they can opt back in and they can work out a long-term
Is this
deal.
Bron last season coming up?
Nah, it ain't. They gonna sign him at least 2 more years
Oh,
because you got number one.
Do you want to top all that money in a 40-year-old player?
If he's top 10 scoring, what you mean? His game ain't suffering.
Than Brady.
His game ain't suffering by any means. They just didn't have number one. He's playing out of position. Number one, LeBron. When have you seen LeBron going down in the paint banging? Come on now, he's transitioning. That's not. He's playing out of position. And for him to play out of position and he still was top 15 scoring, like, come on, just imagine when we get a big. We get a big and he go back to his spot. Watch. That nigga still going to be top 50. He got about 2 more years. I say two, no more than 4 more years they'll get.
They're going to be with the Lakers.
I believe so.
I don't see putting all that money into LeBron after next year. Like,
Well,
that's $50 million.
selling tickets, the point is you selling tickets, right? Yes, he is. Is he's the all-time leading? He's the all-time leading scorer. Yes, he is. Everything he's doing is going to be the all-time. He's breaking records for now until he fucking retires.
Yeah, but we're going to be looking at how much production. Like,
His production hasn't fallen off.
Boy, we keep giving LeBron this every year. It declines. Every year it declines.
Has his production? Has it? Slightly. We saw the production when Jordan's later years
Still
of his
second
career.
team NBA.
Exactly. Second team, nigga. 40 years old. I don't want to hear that. That make it all team, all NBA. You keep
banking
playing.
your season on a 40-year-old.
Yeah,
Plus.
that 40-year-old made second team
Tampa
all
Bay.
NBA.
And they were out in the first round.
It
Like,
don't matter.
It kind of does.
It
Aren't
don't
y'all
matter.
about rings
We
and
made
things?
listen. Hold on, time out.
Aren't y'all about rings
when
and
you
things?
make
Lakers don't
hold
have
on
a team.
when you make a seismic
That's what I'm
change
saying. So
when
why
you
would you
but
invest
hold
in
on,
it?
time out. See, you want to answer the question? I'm gonna answer it. Yes, we are about rings, but when you make a seismic trade like that, and you don't have everybody knew we didn't have a big man to pair with Luka, so we already knew this is house money, what we're doing this year. Now, look at how our roster gonna be this summer. Look, did I not listen, man?
What y'all gonna get?
No, hold on, bro. Hold on. Did I not say Luka was gonna get the goddamn message when I say losing the weight? Did you see the damn pictures of slim down Luka?
No.
Yeah, you know you
He
had.
been hanging on Skid
Who
Row.
are the big men y'all are going to get? Who are these
What
bigs
you
y'all
mean?
going to get?
Don't worry, we're gonna get that.
What you mean,
Don't
don't worry?
find. Don't find
You
out.
just said that.
You don't find
Where are
out.
you gonna
You
get
might
these
find a
bigs
Giannis.
from?
Hey, you might find a Giannis out there. You never know. You might
said
find.
just fine?
You might find a Giannis out there in L.A. It's a lot. Miles Turner, he might be out there in L.A. You feel what I'm saying? Don't. Hey, the one thing for sure, our roster.
Afford to get anybody of that caliber, and you're paying Luka X amount of dollars and LeBron X amount of dollars.
We're gonna get that because you know why? Luka, he hasn't, his extension doesn't come up yet, so we still got another year for him. LeBron gonna be a 1-and-1 deal. You feel what I'm saying? That's how he always been doing his deals since he left Cleveland, 1-and-1. So that's gonna tie us up right there. We're gonna have the money to fill out to get that big that we want. Watch. Mark my word. Watch how this roster changes over, and watch how the Lakers will be in a contending team next year. Because one thing for sure, Boston's getting broken up, and Denver's getting broken up. Don't forget, we might have one of them bigs off either one of them squads on Lakers. Yeah.
All right, Russ is going to OKC so he can get his ring. I already know that.
Next year?
Yeah, off the bench. He'll be the veteran leadership. Yeah, I definitely see that. But other notable free agents coming up this season are going to be Nas Reed.
You might as well stay in Minnesota.
Possibly. Malik Beasley, Fred Van Vliet, and Houston.
He gonna
needs them.
stay. They saying that Houston gonna work out a deal. He gonna opt in so they can work out another deal.
And Dennis Schroeder, and he could have value.
I think I can see he did good with the Lakers. If we can bring him back, he coming off the bench, he'd be good for like the second unit.
Also, it looks like Karis LeVert, Chris Paul, Clint Capella.
Damn, that's a name I heard in a year or two.
What?
Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah,
Brandon Ingram, Jimmy Butler.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Which Brandon? No, not he's traded to New Orleans and he got a contract extension.
Oh, I see it. He's a free
Nah,
agent.
he ain't one. They just did that beginning of this year.
Oh, well, then that might not be the case.
Yeah,
but
so take him off.
I see D'Angelo Russell, Al Horford,
Horford. Yep.
Malcolm Brogdon.
So the deal is how's the league changing? Is it going to be super teams or is it going to be like how
super teams don't work.
I think
Right.
Super Team is over.
right
That era's
the
over.
or you going to have to go for bench like how OKC in drafting and having a very good bench.
Damn, the only super teams that work were the Celtics and the Heat. That was it. Every other super team failed.
Were the
Unless-
Celtics?
Lakers. Well, if you talking about, I'm talking about the old Lakers, Showtime Lakers.
Oh man,
No, we're talking about
current NBA.
Okay, thank you. You told me. Well, not even Miami was a super team.
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah,
were.
Bosh,
LeBron and
but
Wade.
how many? They only got 2 chips outside of what? 3, 4 trips. How many trips? They
Yeah,
went to
but when
finals?
you look at that roster though, those
That was a
those
super
three names, Bosh, LeBron, and Wade, they constitute a super team. You need 3.
Actually, it wasn't
That's
because
the number
you got
pick,
Ray
the number
Allen,
5 pick, the number 3 pick.
and you got Ray Allen.
Yeah. Well, the Ray Allen came later. He wasn't there that first championship, was he?
Why? Yes, he was.
Did he hit that?
Yeah, he
He hit
was.
that
He
in the
hit that.
corner.
The
Yeah,
very first Heat championship.
Yeah, he
they
was
won
it.
together?
Yeah,
I thought
he
he
was
joined
it.
the Heat after.
After Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit because he hit that shot in the corner because it was like if Ray Allen doesn't hit that shot, LeBron doesn't get that ring.
Oh, yeah.
No.
The second one. Yeah. But I'm saying, then they won the
I
first one.
thought
without
Ray Allen was with them the whole entire
Nah,
time.
Ray Allen wasn't with them the whole
Whole
time. I don't
time.
think.
No,
he
he
left
wasn't.
after the Lakers after we beat them in 09. After we beat them, when Boston went back to the finals to play the Lakers again because they beat us in 08. We came back, I think 09, 010 because that's when we had Paul Gasol and all. Then we beat them.
Damn, boy, Tom.
And I think that
50 years old.
Yeah, I think he left right after that second stint, and the Celtics broke it up because they traded Garnett and them to the Nets.
They saying Ray Allen joined the Heat in 2012.
Yeah. What? So that was their first championship?
Yeah, that's right after they broke up the Celtics.
Yeah, you might be right. That's interesting.
Because they beat the Celtics went back to back. They beat us in 08, and we came back and beat them in 09.
Well, it's been a good NBA season. I think it was a very good season.
gonna be-
Started off
it's
like
a-
shit till that
and
trade.
it's surprisingly
That
because
Luka
these
trade.
weren't. I mean, you might have had Oklahoma going to the finals, but you definitely did not have the Pacers.
No, because you had Boston was a heavy favorite.
So, I guess that's a good surprise. We get something a little different this year.
We got two small market teams, like I said, in the finals.
Which means low ratings.
Not with it.
No, it's going to be hella low ratings.
I don't think. Only reason why I don't think so because of the players involved.
SGA isn't a household name yet.
I beg to differ.
Not yet.
I beg to differ. SGA is a household name,
Not yet.
and he's from Canada. On top of that,
Well, that's another reason he's not.
you're not no MVP if you're not no household name.
No, you don't have to be a household name. I mean,
Yes, you do.
MVPs aren't all household names, bro.
So what MVP that wasn't a household name? I'll wait.
I mean, there are quite a few.
Name me one that was an MVP that wasn't a household name.
I won't say C, but Andre Iguodala wasn't really a household name.
He didn't win He didn't win regular season. He won the finals. So I'm gonna
I'm
say.
just saying,
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Name me a regular season MVP that wasn't a household name. I'll wait. Nobody.
I mean, I got to think about MVPs because when we think about MVPs,
We can go the last 10 years. We can go the last 20 years. Nobody, everybody that won it was a household name. You can't win the MVP without being a household name.
So Charles is saying Ray Allen did not go to Miami till after they won the championship against OKC. So he only won 2 championships in his career, one with the Celtics and one with the Heat, which is what I thought. I thought the Heat got one before they got Ray Allen joining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray only got 2 rings.
Yeah, he only got 2.
I didn't say how many rings he got. I just said I was just making the assumption that right after they broke up the Celtics, that's when he went there to the Heat.
Okay.
So, but again, back to what I was saying. You can't be a household. You cannot be a most valuable player and you're not a household name. So SGA is a household name.
Doesn't matter because OKC is a small market team in India.
I get what you're saying because it's a small market team.
I kind of want to put a bet on it.
I get what you're saying, but I believe them Raiders are going to be high. You know why? Because both of these teams going to run. They're scoring. We got playmakers, and we got.
It's not about.
It's
about the city.
I get what you're saying. I get, but most of us.
Because as you look at it, what like
They only know big names.
That-
LeBron,
that's the
Steph
thing.
Curry.
Who on which
People
team is
know-
like the guy you're going to be like, oh, SGA?
People know SGA, dog.
But he's not.
What
he's
commercials is he in? How would a housewife who doesn't watch basketball know SGA? Because that's what I determine.
a household name.
I mean, he been in commercials, but again, it's all about the major. I haven't seen him as many as your girl Kayla.
I say that Halliburton's a superstar. I've said that several times. But when it comes to this level, nobody knows Halle. We know them because we watch the game and stuff like that. On either team, there is maybe SGA. I'm going to say not, but other than SGA.
So you said go ahead.
SGA is in the household.
Other than him, who else? Is there any other name on the court between those two teams that you're like, oh, I got to see what you call play?
No, you got this SGA and Halliburton.
That's it. But
if you watch basketball, then you know there's more than SGA and Halliburton.
But they're not talking about basketball
So
fans.
to me,
Okay, so now this is where,
name.
but this is where I say this year's final is going to be, and don't be surprised, it'll be the highest rating final.
It's not.
Let me tell you.
It's not.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me explain
go
why.
ahead.
Follow me right quick.
I know.
All right,
it's
so
not.
now hold on. Let me tell you why. So we saw the trend of how basketball moved from inside out to outside in, and who did that? Steph Curry. All right. So now
Who's not in the finals?
we got that. So now here we are. We got two. So playmaking, and wing defense and being able to run up and down the court.
Will not get ratings.
It will get ratings. You know why?
This nigga acting like people are just coaches watching that.
Ain't nobody.
Look at the way he ran that screen.
No, it's the fact. It's the fact that matter is if these guys getting up and down the court and they're running, shooting threes and playing outstanding defense. So you hold on, wait a minute. So you saying? So the Minnesota and OKC series wasn't a good series.
Ant-Man was there. It's no names.
Ant-Man was the biggest name
no
left.
names. In
Okay,
this
so
series
I
that's
got
gonna
what you.
draw
So you
to
prove it
watch
right.
this
You
series.
just sat right here and just said Hallie and SGA. So it was the same thing with Minnesota and OKC, and their ratings was good.
What I'm saying is this.
And they both They both small market.
Unless you have a player that you like to watch. That's why a lot of people watch basketball most of the time. Is it somebody on the team that I like to watch? And there's nobody on either team that you're just hyped about. We hype about SGA and Halliburton because we watch the game. But outside of that, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, if you follow the NBA, then you know
That's the issue.
but
the finals isn't for people who follow the
It's
NBA.
for
Everybody.
It's like the
well,
Super Bowl.
well,
This is for housewives and people like that.
Actually, I'm gonna push back on that. You know why? Because there's a difference in branding. One brand is global. All right. The other brand is trying to be global.
What other brand?
NBA is global.
I know.
Football is trying to be global. That's why they got all these schedules over there.
It's
in
already
Europe.
global if it's already there are games in the NFL in
Well,
London.
I'm giving you a difference. The reason why the NBA, you got personalities. You can attach personalities to the NBA. The NFL is not, because the NFL don't promote personalities. They promote the team.
This is the thing.
So that's two. Hold on, let me finish this. So that's two different ways right there. So we already know, outside of style of play, the fact that you got playmaking and mid-range shooting, you didn't got to be no coach to appreciate that it's going to be a high-scoring game.
This is my thing with the NFL. The Super Bowl is a staple, regardless of who's playing in it.
And the NFL is built off small
Regardless of
market teams.
Who's playing in the Super
Right,
Bowl?
but it's not global.
Those teams
like
are going
it's
to
not
be
global.
watched.
You're right, but it's not global like how the NBA is, though.
But with this NBA Finals, I still I don't see the ratings being. I see Indiana fans and OKC fans. They're going to be locked in.
But see, this is the market that y'all missing. That's the reason why I beg to differ. What's the biggest market in the whole entire planet where businesses clamor to go to?
New York?
No. Pick a country.
Oh, U.S.
No. China. China got the most populace on this planet, and this what every company around the world wants to go over there and do business with them. So now let's get back to what I was saying. NBA is the global brand. So it's bigger than the NFL. The NBA Finals is bigger than the NFL. That's all I'm just saying.
The ratings don't agree
I
with you.
don't. It's just because I don't. The teams in it. If it was the Knicks and the Lakers playing,
Yeah,
or
that
the,
would
the
draw.
Celtics and the Lakers. The ratings are through the
Any
roof.
major city. That's why.
Yeah,
New
I
York
get that, but
hits.
I get that, but this is where parity is going to change all of that, and it's going to show. You just said it. The NFL. Hold on, he just said he proving what I'm talking about. Wait a minute, he's proving what I'm talking about. He just said the NFL is built off of small market teams, right? Look how successful. Now the NBA, they're a global brand. So you telling me a global brand, these two small market teams is not going to be viewed? I beg to differ.
How excited are you about this?
I'm very
this
excited.
NBA championship.
I'm very excited.
How excited are you about?
I
the
mean,
finals? That's going to be the reaction of a lot of people.
No, you don't. You got to take it. You got to take.
As a fan, I'm cool with seeing two new teams.
Cool. You're not hyped.
I'm not hyped.
This isn't the
But if you go to,
NBA
but if
money.
you go to a younger generation, they will say different.
Well, hey, if the younger
If we're
generation
talking
get
about
them ratings,
if we're talking about generational, it's different. We're on the traditional side because we attach teams to cities, like he said, big name cities. But for the younger generations, they're going by players, their sneakers, and their merch and stuff like that.
But we
many
just said
sneakers
there's no
is SGA
players
selling?
in there.
He got a sneaker out. I
How
don't
many
know the
is it
name.
selling? How much
I
is
don't know
Halliburton?
all of that, but all I know is you don't.
Are they
be-
top three?
But you don't be. I'm sure. Hey, look it up.
Out of the names that came out of the playoffs,
Right.
Halliburton and SGA, out of the name-wise, they're not top 5 names.
They're
What?
not. They're not.
They're
Maybe
not
in the
top
league
five.
in terms of
LeBron,
play.
Steph,
Yeah, star power.
Giannis, star power. They're not names.
Giannis
like
haven't won in almost 5
It don't
years.
matter. He's
LeBron,
lovable.
I
He's-
give.
that. Giannis is.
But this is where listen, this is where I'm saying the younger generation would say different. We're older. So yeah, we're gonna say one thing. I'm looking at it from the younger generation. They're not attached to cities, big cities and
The younger people
teams.
aren't going to be watching the finals. It's
So
gonna
who
be
are they
niggas
attached to?
our age.
SGA, you're saying?
Yeah, they're gonna
They're
be
not.
attached to SGA and Halliburton because play. Listen, I seen this on a
Young
Pat
people going to be
McCaffrey-
watching them streaming, which isn't going to count as ratings. Unless it's through like a certified
they're on. Well, the NBA is on streaming platform as well. They on all that shit.
I'm happy about it, but I won't say I'm excited.
Don't be
about
surprised.
it. NBA
Don't be
finals.
I'm watching it because it's the last bit of basketball.
Well, don't be surprised if you don't get the highest rating in NBA history.
It's not.
I would be
Okay.
very surprised
Okay.
if it did.
Yeah.
I believe it's gonna be different. They're gonna buck the trend.
Nah. I don't see it. Cool. Well, y'all want to cover the NFL? I don't think there's anything worth talking about. Let's move. Shador is still in the league. They keep talking about he might be second to Dylan.
He gonna win.
We can talk about the Patriots might revoke your boy contract.
Who?
Stephon Diggs.
No, they
Why?
ain't.
For
Why?
what?
For
What
what?
is it? Oh, that cocaine?
They don't. You can't. You don't know what exactly what it is, so you can't say.
Yeah, like Marcus Jordan, when he was caught at the Olympics sniffing powder, he said it was what? Vitamin B?
Thing about it is until you take your ass in and you don't piss dirty, you can't prove what.
Yeah, powder's only in your system, what, a day?
Yeah, you can't. You
24
cannot
hours, I
prove
think.
exactly that's what he doing.
Well, we know he was on a boat with plenty of snow bunnies.
Yeah, and Cardi was up there too.
Yeah, so that's dangerous. That's a toxic couple right there. She can be around you while you're around all
That's
that.
why when you're a big time person, like you're a celebrity like that, that's why they have the no phones thing around.
Well, it looks
Because
like
we don't need to
this
know-
look like somebody was from a distance.
Yeah,
taking
but we
this.
don't need, even though we think we want to know how
That wasn't a
celebrities
distance.
party, we don't really want to know how celebrities
Whoever
party
was filming was on the same boat.
Because, yeah. you
Oh, well,
can't be
That
one-
wasn't no
the one-
telescope lens. We got you.
The one on I seen on TMZ, they was like it was off from a distance. Like
But there's a
you
nigga
saw
on
him-
the boat filming.
Well, that's why they don't let people have their phones around, because of incidents like this. You don't want this stuff out in the public.
He was seen with 3 women and reportedly passing a bag containing an unidentified pink substance. Maybe
good
it's the
shit.
same shit Diddy got.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. So it's
The good shit.
Yeah, it's Tucci. So yeah, that happened on the video came out Wednesday, but this happened on Memorial
That's what I
Weekend.
wanted to do real quick.
What?
We were having a discussion about Shador.
Yeah.
It was like he's going to start at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let me just look and see what they would throw him in to his first 6 games, because I think he's going to be 6 games, and then they're going to insert him. So you start out the season. Let me get it right real quick, because I want it.
And even Charles said, big names in big cities sell to other countries. So people in China don't know about OKC and Indiana, but the world knows about New York and LA.
And see, this is where I beg to differ, because where do we always see a Chinese restaurant? In these small ass southern
You
towns?
see them everywhere.
You see them everywhere. So they know about this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
A Chinese restaurant doesn't mean
No,
China.
no, yeah, it does. Listen to what I'm saying. The reference of what I'm saying about a Chinese restaurant is if they are in small towns,
They're everywhere.
exactly. So when you talking about this, they are. Listen,
People in China don't know about OKC because
Yeah.
there's a Chinese place in
that's
OKC.
not what I'm saying.
Does every Italian know where a pizza
Yeah,
is?
exactly.
In this
Yep,
country?
yeah, exactly. Wherever there's a motherfucking Italian there, they got family. They gonna let their ass know.
We're going to wait to see what the ratings are.
Yeah, we gonna wait and see. Watch.
First game is Thursday.
The point is they already in China. NBA is already in China. Anytime the NBA put out something, China is already locked in. So that's why I say my argument has a better chance of winning, because if you got a footprint in China already, everything else is just game time. So we're going to see, though.
Okay. Now, these are the first 6 games of the Browns this season. Their first games against the Bengals. You start Shador in that one. The second
Against
game,
the Bengals? No.
The second game's against the Ravens. You start them in that one. Third game's against the
It
Packers.
all depends.
Hold on. The third game.
Oh, so you want me to wait till after you go all
I'm
the whole
giving you the
list?
6. I'm just giving you
Oh,
6.
okay,
I'm not
go ahead.
going the whole.
Go ahead.
You got the Browns. You got the Bengals, the Ravens, the Packers, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Steelers. You're probably going to lose all 6 of those games.
I bet it differ. If you can get a quarterback that can manage the game and don't turn the ball over, and your defense playing top end,
Who do they got as receivers?
that's a problem right there. Who they got
You
as
want to throw
receiver?
Shador out there.
Right, you right.
You want to throw
You're
Shador
right. That's
out
who.
there.
You're right. Who they got at receivers, because they don't have no name receivers that you're like, oh yeah, we got to.
Go ahead out there, Kenny.
I just
Go
know
ahead out there,
Miles
Kenny.
Turner.
Run around,
That's it.
Kenny.
Miles Turner is all I know.
Or
Right.
Flacco, go out there, go, y'all do whatever y'all do. I'm not throwing my rookie out there, and you ain't got no. Only person we got is my running back.
They don't got Charles no more. He gone.
Go ahead out
They-
there.
him-
Kenny,
they don't got him no more,
I'm not sending Shador out there. to
They
get
drafted.
killed.
They drafted two running backs this year. Junkins out of Ohio State, and I forgot who the other guy
Oh,
was.
he's nice.
Right.
But he ain't ready for it. Like, I'm not sending my rookie quarterback
They
out
don't,
there.
they don't have. Cleveland doesn't have no receiving core that's like, oh my God, I'm scared of that. You know what I'm saying? That they gonna put some numbers up. Hell, you got to see it with their
Like
running
back
game.
in Colorado
You
again.
got to see what their offense is gonna look like. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Good luck.
Try Kenny out there the first.
Yeah, go
5
ahead, Kenny.
games.
He gonna lose. Like I said, my boy gonna be starting.
Look,
He gonna be starting.
he gonna start this season.
Yeah, he gonna start.
I guarantee that.
Yeah, I know.
But
Shador
I'm
gonna
giving
be
him
starting.
6. I'm giving him
Kenny
week
is
6.
that's Owen. Listen, they setting that nigga up for the kill. You ain't got no receivers out there. You got rookie running backs. We don't even know what your offensive line gonna be like in Cleveland.
And you playing the
Ooh, and y'all got AFC North.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenny gonna be a journeyman, like I said.
even
He
with
just warmed the seat up
even
for
with
Shador.
the Steelers not having a quarterback, we're still going to take Pittsburgh before you take Cleveland.
Well, Mason Rudolph, he has a winning record for the starts that he has started since he's been on the Steelers. So, if worst case scenario, I mean they okay. They can play ball management
But
with
I'm
him.
giving Shador till week 6. Like,
But I heard that Aaron actually gonna come in. He just gonna miss all the damn
I did hear
OTA.
that. I did hear.
But they also
Rodgers
got a
trying to
back.
play
But they
football.
also got a Aaron
Rodgers is
Rodgers.
trying to
But
play
if he
football.
Where?
In Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if he doesn't come, there is a backup plan. Your boy that Falcons quarterback.
Matt Ryan?
No, not Ryan.
Matt Ryan retired, bro.
Matt Ryan.
He tripping.
Cousins. Yeah, Matt Ryan,
Cousin would be
I'm
the
glad you
back.
said that,
Cousin
though.
would be a backup option.
Vic or Matt Ryan? Who was better for the Falcons?
Neither
Vic.
one.
Vic.
Yeah.
Well, no. The only reason why, because
Matt
why?
Ryan went to the
why?
Super Bowl.
But he lost it.
did.
They was up by 25 points.
Mike Vick was
So
super
I'd
excited. I love Mike
rather
Vick.
look. I was about to say Matt Ryan. Then I said
No, Matt Ryan blew that lead.
He blew that lead,
He
25-point lead. I'd rather have Vic got there. He running around airing that bitch out. You feel what I'm saying?
To me, it's kind of a push. They both got Atlanta like the no.
They was talked about.
They
But you don't want to be known as the guy that was up 25 points and you lost
You did
the
lose to
Super
Brady,
Bowl.
though.
All you had
It
to
was
do,
Brady, though.
all you had to do was run the fucking ball. Run it.
I got
25-point lead, you run the ball.
I got one more topic. I don't
Go
know if
for it.
anybody checked it out or not.
Right.
Anybody heard the Clips new song?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't
The
like
be- I'm
it?
not a fan of the beat.
I thought the beat was dope. I'll send it to you.
Maybe I need to hear it again. 'Cause
The album comes out
July.
July 11th.
Yeah.
I thought the song was dope. You know, I'm kind of a Clips fan. They've had some good songs. You know, their first album is a classic. Their first album's a classic.
Yeah.
Hell Half No Fury to me is their best album.
That's their second one.
Yeah.
But I think their first album is
Yeah, their first, Lord Willing, was dope. I fucked
They
with
got
the
some
Clips.
good music, but like I said, I just happened to check out their new track, and I thought it was dope. I didn't know if anybody else checked it out.
Oh, to answer your question, the reason why I was saying about the Chinese restaurant in little towns, meaning he answered a question. I got to answer. He been chatting this the whole time.
Yo, no doubt. Give Charles
So
some love.
I gotta give him his love. So the reason why I was making that analogy is there isn't no rock unturned that these Asians doesn't know about America. Even to the smallest towns, they know about this shit. So the fact that they already got a footprint in China already, NBA. If you talking about OKC, which they already got people there as well as Indiana, it's not gonna be hard to sell. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, all the people in China fantasizing about visiting OKC and Indiana.
Yeah, they would. They can buy some
Not
property.
New York, LA,
No.
or San Francisco.
No,
where the
because
largest concentration
those
of Chinese
nope,
are.
you're right, because those two areas that you just named got the highest taxes on the East and West Coast.
Let me give my boy Charles a shout out.
Yeah, you gotta get
'Cause
Charles.
done
He's
sat-
up. He's
Charles
up here
sat
every
through the
weekend.
whole-
Every
yeah,
weekend.
Let
Every
me
weekend.
give my boy his.
So I
his
gotta
shout out.
answer. You gotta answer his
Be
question.
commenting and everything.
Yeah, you gotta
know
give.
what
You
I'm
gotta
saying?
give
So
his
we
time.
definitely got to give Charles his shout out. We appreciate him, my God, just chiming in and stuff like that.
No doubt.
That's what
Hey,
we look
eventually,
for.
we want to have like
It'll be some more people in the chat
2,000 up
eventually.
here. Everybody chatting at one goddamn time. Look, it's so many motherfuckers chat. We gotta have moderators up in this bitch.
It'll be more people in the chat eventually, Charles. But we appreciate
Shout out
you
Charles.
definitely sticking through with your boys and stuff like that.
No doubt.
If we get a call line, you're the first person we're going to let call in.
Word, real talk.
Well, it was a good 2 hours and 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah, we did almost 3 hours.
Well, y'all talk.
If y'all want to keep talking,
Nah,
we can
I'm
make
good.
it.
I'm going to tell everybody good night. Enjoy the start of your week. Definitely be safe out there if you're going out tonight. No drinking and driving. You know how we do once again.
Comments, like, share, tell a
Subscribe.
friend.
Oh, yeah. Buddha said in the chat that the fish fry was good.
He said phenomenal.
Definitely shout out the whole family,
Yeah.
the Fulfords, the Hills, the Hamiltons, the Coopers. I love my family. Like
Oh,
I
y'all
said.
had a great time out there. Y'all be safe.
Y'all definitely be safe. Make it home safe, Buddha.
Peace.
Peace.